What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. What's up with it? What's up with everybody in the building? Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Jump in the comments. Let me know you're in the building. Yes, sir. We gonna definitely cook today. Y'all already know it. Y'all already know we about to cook today. My man John Kramer off in the building. What's happening with it? Big John Kramer. My man James off in the building. Big Tony off in the building. Mr. Mechanical. Salute. Big Block. What's happening with it? Rail Johnson 401. What it do? Gertz in the building. My brother OTB Boxing. Yeah. Hector Tarasi, what's happening with it? Trocy, my bad. Hector Trocy, what it do? Yeah, we definitely finna get it in today. Boxing, aka Big Texas, Cletus, TWT, what's happening with it? Kel Lynch 709, what it do? The Lindsay Way 7, what's happening with it? Yeah, we gonna get into it today. Yeah, and my man John Kramer already coming through in that super chat showing love. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to you. Tay D in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, I told y'all. I told y'all EJ was gonna come. I told y'all EJ was gonna come and set all this shit straight. And if y'all go back and listen to my videos I've been doing in my lives, he said exactly what I've been saying about the whole situation. Oh, shit. Woo. This coffee just burnt the hell out of my tongue. Shit. But yeah, we definitely gonna cook it. We definitely gonna cook on it today. The Queen Gala in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Tay said EJ had Bud up there grabbing straws. Yeah, man, he was looking bad up there. He was looking bad. But you know, Bud got some of the biggest platforms out here, you know, covering for him, protecting him. Y'all should have known EJ wasn't gonna let that shit slide. I told y'all yesterday. I said, you know, Bud out here calling for him to come out and, oh man, why you ain't came out yet? Nigga, I ain't wiped the goddamn crust out of my eyes and you up early in the morning worried about if I'm on Twitter yet. I'm coming. Don't worry about it. I'm coming. I'm gonna set this shit straight. John Kramer said Crawford was reading from a damn cue card. Right. But, you know what I'm saying? Now, I hear everybody out here talking about, oh man, Errol Spence didn't write that. So you trying to say that Errol Spence is a goddamn idiot like Terence Crawford is. I guarantee Errol Spence didn't write that. Everybody talking about Errol Spence didn't write his Twitter. Okay. Well, he said it, then he meant what he said. And he addressed everything that Terence Crawford was saying and more. Tay said, Buddy couldn't rebuttal anything EJ said. He just wanted to back and forth to promote his weak-ass fight. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I wouldn't pay for that shit if that shit was outside my doorstep. And I have front row motherfucking seats on my goddamn porch. I wouldn't pay for that. But good luck. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now, we supposed to want to watch some bullshit. I don't want to see no goddamn David, I've been sneezing. Errol Spence, he didn't type that. He didn't type that. So I don't give a fuck who typed it. He said it. He wasn't reading off no goddamn cue cards like Terence Crawford was. Motherfucking paper in the background fumbling and shit. You hear the paper. Come on, man. Snacks B, what's happening with it? Salute. Tate said David bet not make it past the 4th round. Man, Bud gonna beat the dog shit out of that dude. Bud's gonna beat the dog shit out of that dude. Mac World Media, what it do? Ruben Gutierrez, what's happening with it? Ruben Gutierrez says, still don't understand why PBC didn't offer a guarantee. I don't know why they didn't offer a guarantee, but they don't offer big guarantees anyway, so it really don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? Because look, this is the thing, right? When you offer a guarantee, this is what you don't understand, and this is why Al Haymon is the smartest businessman in boxing, right? And a lot of y'all don't understand this. You pay a fighter a guarantee, the government automatically knows what that fighter got paid right off the rip. So if you say, that's why Al Haymon, he makes the guarantees very low anytime that he guaranteed anything anyway. You'll see Errol Spence fought goddamn, let's say Mikey Garcia. His guarantee, and I'm just making up a number, I don't know. His guarantee might have been 2.5 million, right? Well, they only can tax him on that 2.5 million. Now the other 10, 12, 13 million on the back end, they don't know what he got on the back end because you don't have to report the back end. You feel me? And that's what a lot of promoters don't like that Al Haymon does. He know the game. He know the game. So with them not offering Errol Spence and Terence Crawford a guarantee, yeah, you do got to bet on yourself. I mean, if you're confident in yourself and know that these people are going to do everything that they need to do to promote the fight, right, to make this fight sell, well, we're going to make way more. I'm cool with not having a guarantee because I know the back end money, they ain't going to be able to tax me on most of all of my back end money. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what I'm getting on the back end. So Al Haymon has always done that for tax purposes to help out the fighters. Yeah, Mac World, he said, remember a few years ago, the complaint was fighters are overpaid at PBC. Exactly. So Terence Crawford don't understand the business. He's worried about how much money that he's getting up front. Oh man, I'm getting this up front. Okay. And you paying whatever you getting up front, right? And it's out in public, you got to pay 30% of whatever. You got to pay 30% of that to the goddamn tax man. You got to pay 30% of that to the tax man. Right off the rip. They can't tell you what you got on the back end, though. Uncle Sam can't come and fucking take your back end. They can't tell you what you got on the back end. So right there, right? You get 25 million. They take their 30%. That's already 17 and a half million, right? You only get 17 and a half million. So you already got to pay them like 8 mil, or you know what I'm saying, like 8 mil. You already got to pay them like 8.5 mil, 8 mil to the government. Right off the rip. But he don't understand that. Knockout, what's happening with it? Darius Galar, what it do? The Queen Aisha is in the building, Speaks in the building. Emmanuel, what's happening with it? Swat Jones, what it do? Yeah, so yeah, but like I said, we definitely finna get into this shit today. I knew Errol Spence wasn't gonna let that shit slide for too long, and he was gonna set the record straight. And everything that I've been saying that was going on in the negotiations, Errol Spence said exactly what I've been saying. Errol Spence told y'all exactly what I've been telling y'all. Terence Crawford don't want to fight, but we gonna go down everything. We gonna go across everything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it off. Like I said, we ain't gonna waste no time today, cause we already know what we cooking on. So I'm gonna drop some. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna send out some. I'm gonna shoot out some emails. If anybody want to hop up here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to have too many people up here. But if you want to hop up here, I'm going to send out a few emails or whatnot. And then we're going to get it started. We're going to break this shit down. Because I know, other people want to speak on this. So I give a chance, to let some of my brothers come up here and speak on this too. Let me see. Hold on. And if you want, and if you're in the chat and you want a link, just let me know. Just let me know if you're in the chat and you want a link. I'm only gonna give it to people that's already, that already know who it is, because I'm not gonna have a lot of people up here. But if you're in the chat and you want a link, if I didn't send you one, just let me know. But let's get to it. Let me pull up these tweets for y'all. Because I told y'all that Terence Crawford was the one that was holding up the fight. I told you the whole time that he was holding up the fight. And I also told y'all EJ ain't tripping about it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is that he left him in the goddamn, he ran off and left and didn't tell him that he was doing business with another company. Didn't even tell him that he was going to run off and leave. Dr. Mark Stearns, what's happening with it? OG in the building. And as y'all come in the building, like I said, make sure that y'all hit my like button. As y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all hit the like button. The like button is free. Aisha says that she was surprised that that Errol Spence wasn't getting the guarantee. Well, that had been reported also. It had been reported that neither fighter was getting a guarantee. But EJ wasn't tripping. Like he said, I wasn't tripping on it. I didn't have to go back and forth and cry about not getting a guarantee, because I believe in myself. I believe that this fight is going to sell. And I was happy what they projected me to be getting, right? They gave him a projection. They sat down and did the numbers, and they said, okay, we project you to get this amount of money, EJ. He was cool with it. They did the same thing to Bud, but Bud didn't believe in himself because he don't understand business. He also don't understand how back-end money works, right? And just because you couldn't sell with nobody else doesn't mean that this fight with Errol Spence wasn't going to sell. You seen what Errol Spence has been doing, right? So he doesn't understand the business. Trying to act like that he a boss and he's a businessman, and he just jumped off the porch, ain't even had a fight yet, right? Represent himself, but he wants to act like that he's been representing himself for years and years and years. Bro, you don't even understand the business. And that's basically what Errol Spence was saying. Hey, my mama in the building. What's up? What's happening? What you doing on here? You don't know nothing about boxing. Hey, that's where I got that. My mom, that's where I got that. There you go talking that boxing again. Cause she always used to be like, there they go watching boxing again. There they go watching that boxing again. So I just flipped it. That's why I came up with that. You know what I'm saying? With my saying. What's up with it, Box Talk?
What's up? What's up, bro?
Man, I know you seen that last night.
Yeah, we got the fight, man. Maybe not the way we wanted, but we got the fight for free.
Now I gotta try. Hey, now my mama in the building. I gotta try not to cuss. I gotta try not to be cussing and stuff. My mama in the building.
I'll wash my mouth. I'll wash my mouth.
You know, no matter how old you is or whatever. No, I said I gotta try not to cuss, but she gonna cuss up a storm. Hey, no matter how old you is, you know, you still a kid to them.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw people tweeting talking about how Crawford said in that video that it was 25 guaranteed each, right? But I've rewatched the video a couple times. And I didn't hear him say 25 apiece.
You didn't hear him say a piece?
I heard him say 25 guaranteed. Did you catch it? Because I didn't.
I thought I did hear him say that I had 25 million a piece for both of us. I thought I did hear him say that.
I didn't, bro.
I might have just assumed, but I thought I did hear him say that he had 25 you know, for both of them.
Yeah. Because I saw that people were talking about it, and I was like, well, 50 is a lot. 50 is a big number, right? But I didn't hear him say a piece, man. And maybe it was a piece, but I didn't hear him say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought I did hear him say it. Let's see what the chat said. The chat is saying he said 25 M's. Then when he said he called Errol, he said it was 25 a piece. Yeah, he said 25 for each. Okay, Macworld Media said, yeah.
That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money.
Okay, yeah. Julio says he did say that. Okay. Yeah.
There's something that stuck. There's something that stuck with me though that I read online that somebody said, and they said a guarantee is only as good as the person giving it. And I was like, yeah, I feel that.
So check this out, right? My man Steve Jones, salute in that super chat. He says ETB and blessings to his mom. Appreciate you. Man, so check this out. So one thing that we was talking about when we got to talking about, you know, how big this fight could be in the build up of the fight. One thing that I was always saying and we was discussing is they need to go on a 3-4 city tour. We didn't know that until Errol Spence spoke about that. That's one thing that Terence Crawford didn't want to tell us, right? Because he didn't want to tell us what they had in store. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to tell us what they had in store, right? Now that I know that they were planning on having a 3-4 city tour for this fight was finna be big. Real big, because we looking at it like, man, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna do a multiple city tour to make the fight bigger? So now we know that they had plans to make this fight huge. Tyson Fury and Wilder, they only did, I know they did Cali. And what else did they do?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
They didn't even do a 3-4 fight tour. I know they did Cali. And they might have did one other state. I don't know. But
the only ones that I remember doing like maybe 3, maybe even 4 different places like that that I can remember is Mayweather McGregor. That's the only one I remember doing that.
Exactly. So with you saying that, and you know how big Mayweather McGregor was. I'm not saying this is going to be as big as Mayweather McGregor.
No, I don't expect it to.
If they were willing to put that much, because it takes a lot of money to put into a 3-4 fight tour, right? 3 or 4, state city tour. It takes a lot of money to do that type of promotion. Mm-hmm. You know this fight was about to be big if they're willing to do that. So now Errol Spence is like, I'm cool with not having a guarantee because I know I'm getting the ticket sales. I'm getting the whatever, promotional advertisements because, they get paid for all of that shit. The concession. I'm getting a part of everything that has to do with this fight. I'm not worried about no guarantee. What is a guarantee when I'm getting all of that, right? He's trying to explain that to Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is just looking at I need your 25 mil up front because he don't believe in himself. He don't believe because he's never sold anything. He's never had back end money. So for a man that's been in the sport all these years and never dealt with getting no back end money, never sold nothing, he ain't gonna believe it. He can't see no further than what him and Sean Porter did. What did him and Sean Porter do? Like let's say like 150,000 pay-per-view.
I think something like that, yeah.
Okay, he can't see no further than that. So he thinks that if he get 25 million, he basically robbing the bank. And they trying to basically let him see you're going to get way more. You're going to get more than that because we're going to promote this fight and we're going to make sure that this fight grosses upward towards 100 million. So you probably going to get 30 million, 35 million. And not on top of that, and not only that, you ain't going to have to pay Uncle Sam all of the money that you're going to have to pay if you take that upfront money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he don't understand that.
He doesn't understand. Yeah, he doesn't understand that, though. He's never done business like that before, so he doesn't get it.
So let's go. Let me pull up these tweets, right? And we're gonna break them down. We're gonna talk
pull up the ones where he starts trashing all of Spence's opponents, but they're the same guys that he fought later.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me get to it. I didn't even hear those. I mean, I didn't see those, but I saw KQKC.
Yeah, he starts going in on all of his opponents. What's up, Mr. Mechanical? OTB, everybody in the building.
Well, you could, if you got them, just
here.
If you got them, go ahead and pull them up.
I'll find them.
Yeah, and then we'll cook on it. Let me see who I missed. Knockout Boxing says if you go to Mike Benson's Twitter page, he has a tweet of all of them on one screenshot. I think I saw that. That shit was it was too small. I had to pull it all. It was a lot. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, no, I went to Mike Carpenter. You said Michael Benson.
Damn, they went far.
Yeah, they went in, bro. I didn't even see all of that. Like that, I didn't see. I saw most of all of it. That part I didn't see. He said, let me see, Mike.
Hold
on.
I mean, I could start from. I mean, I have them pulled up, but I just don't know what order they're in.
So those that right, I got most of them. I just don't have the ones where you said they start comparing opponents. We can just start right there, and then we'll go back.
Hold on, let me To what? To the one where you start with the opponents?
Salute. You here? We can put them up right here. Let me see.
You can't put your kid.
Put the screen. Can you zoom in?
Maybe here. Does that work or no?
We can't see them. Just read them. You just read them. Knockout say they in order.
Let's see, man.
And y'all got to hit the like button. Hit the like button. I don't want to even go and look at the likes and get the tripping, but hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. The like button is free. Geo James, Khalil 98. What's happening with it? Salute. Michael Dimps. What's happening with it?
Oh man, these guys was tweeting so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they was tweeting a lot, bro. They was tweeting a whole lot.
Look, he said right here. I don't look like he responded to something. I've been doing all the heavy lifting. I cleared away for him. For real. Porter was semi-retired. Look at the fight Porter had before Bud Formella. LOL. And Kell Brook was overdone.
Okay, now let's stop right there real quick. Before we even get to Errol Spence's response, right?
No, that was what Errol Spence said, and then that was Crawford down below.
I mean, yeah. Before we even get to Crawford's response, did Errol Spence tell any lies? We know when Terence Crawford fought Kell Brook, he was overdone, well past the hill. He had been done. And then, not only that, box talk, Kell Brook's trainer left him because he said, I'm not training him. I'm not going to train him to fight Terence Crawford with only 5 weeks of time. He only had 5 weeks to train. Trainer left him because he refused to train him because he said he has no chance of beating Terence Crawford with only 5 weeks of training. Plus, he hadn't fought at the weight in 4 years. Hadn't fought at the weight class in 4 years and killed himself trying to make the weight. You could tell because when the fight started, he was putting it on Terence Crawford. Had Terence Crawford's eyes swole within 2-3 rounds? And then we seen he didn't have no punch resistance. Terence Crawford hit that man with a half jab, with a short jab, half hook. I mean, come on now. And Kell Brook damn near flew to the goddamn second to the second row. He almost flew to the second row with a punch like that. He didn't have no punch resistance. One, from not being able to make the weight, right? Because he hadn't been at that weight in 4 years. He was cooked. He was done. Also, we go to Sean Porter. We know what Errol Spence said about Sean Porter is more than a fact. Sean Porter said it himself. He said, after I fought Errol Spence, I knew I was going to retire after that fight. I knew I was going to retire after Errol Spence. I wasn't going to fight again after that. But, this Terence Crawford came up and I said, you know what? I'm going to take one more fight and then I'm going to retire. So when he says that Sean Porter was semi-retired, sound like semi-retired to me.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? But let's go to his response.
He said, LOL, now Errol Spence, I know you not Sir. What? Sir Kell. I don't know. Kell Brook was coming off a KO loss and a broken face and 2 weights above you. And to fight you in some months after, or he would lose. Oh, and had to fight you in some months after, or he would lose his belt. And he still was giving it to you. So he's talking about how Spence fought Kell Brook after Kell Brook had just lost the Triple G. And he's calling him damaged goods pretty much. But
so it was 10 months in between. And if anybody know boxing, like you can go in, you can watch boxing and see, okay, this dude ain't the same. When you watch Kell Brook versus Errol Spence, did he look like he was damaged in any type of way during that fight? He looked like he fought a hell of a fight to me. He looked like he was in tip-top condition.
I think he was fine up until obviously his shit was getting busted. Right. But Let's remember that the same eye that he got injured with Triple G was not the same eye that got injured against Errol Spence.
Was not the same eye. And
Yeah.
now we know that Errol Spence breaks orbital bones because he did the same shit to Ugas. So you can't use that as an excuse no more because one, it was the opposite eye, and two, he didn't done it to another opponent since then. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, however Terence Crawford wants to go with this, he has no argument. He can't talk about nobody's opponents because everybody that Errol Spence fought and beat, Terence Crawford went down the line years later and tried to fight him when they was already done and washed up.
Yeah. See, and that's why, like, when they say stuff like, okay, well, he was damaged goods after Triple G. Okay, say whatever you want. Even if we're not going to argue that, even if we're going to agree and say, yes, he was damaged goods and Kell Brook was done at that point. Okay, well, you still fought him years down the line. So how much more damaged was he then? Like, it doesn't help your argument when you're calling this guy trash.
Right.
And you still got him when he was even more trash later on down the road. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. He's not the smartest dude in the world.
He needs a PR person. He needs somebody to do his PR.
In the drawer. Terence Crawford is not the sharpest knife in the drawer by any means at all. Not even close to it. You talking about my opponents that I beat before you did, and you went and beat them after me, and you calling them trash.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Crazy. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this stuff up.
Let me go to the next one. He was like calling all of them out right here. Let's see. Mikey Garcia was 2 weight classes below. You never had a fight in the division at all.
If you really think about it, right? Look at Terence Crawford's resume. To me, he still ain't even Mikey Garcia in his prime. He still ain't fought nobody close to Mikey Garcia in his prime. This motherfucker talking about Mikey Garcia, but he was getting undisputed fighting guys like Julius Ndongo. Mikey Garcia was a champion at 140 pounds. And salute to my man Uppercuts Boxing Nation. Remember, Mikey Garcia was the champion at 140. Mikey Garcia beat Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner was close to his prime. He beat Robert Easter when Robert Easter was undefeated. He beat Sergey Lipinets at 140 when Sergey Lipinets was running through everybody. Jeff Horn. Let's talk about Jeff Horn. Because who the fuck did Jeff Horn beat besides getting the goddamn gift decision over Manny Pacquiao? A fight in which he clearly lost. What did he go on to do in his career? Nothing. This motherfucker was a school teacher.
Look, I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be that guy that tries his best to give Jeff Horn all the credit in the world. Why? Because Terence Crawford needs me to give Jeff Horn all the credit in the world because he's the only champion he's beaten at 147. That's why. So just to give Terence Crawford a little bit of a hand here, I'm going to pretend like Jeff Horn was that guy. Was he? That's up for you. That's up to you guys to decide. But
it's crazy to say that you've been. How many fights has Terence Crawford had at 147? What, 7, 8?
I don't know, but the only one
and the only champion you beat was Jeff Horn.
The only champion you beat was Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? And,
so he could talk about Mikey Garcia. Now, I'm also not going to be the guy. I'm going to try and help Bud here out a little bit.
Man,
I'm not going to be the guy to give Spence extra credit for beating a Mikey Garcia. Why? Because, yeah, he came up 2 weight classes. We understand that.
But one, because he was a champion at 140.
Yeah, he was.
He came up 1 weight class. But, I mean, we know that he was a smaller fighter. But
yeah,
let me ask you a question, right? And salute to my let me get these super chats real quick. Salute to my brother OTB says Salute to mom. Smash the like button for my bro. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's free. And then let me get to this other super chat. Hold on. Let me find it. Scrolling down. Here we go. My man Sean T in the building. He says Crawford fought Gamboa, who moved up from 126 pounds. Yep. He didn't want to. Hey, but Crawford didn't mention that, right? He wanted to point out Mikey Garcia moving up, but he didn't want to talk about how Gamboa moved up from 126 pounds. That's 2 weight classes, and how Gamboa was off of 19-month layoff before he went in the ring and fought Terence Crawford. He didn't want to talk about none of that though. Everything that Terence Crawford says, you can come right back and kill his shit. Shoot him right down. But yeah, man, you go ahead. Box talk.
Oh, at the same time, Mikey was asking for it, right? Mikey was the one calling him out. Same like when Rigo kept talking shit to Lomachenko, and he was 2 weight classes above 2. Lomachenko did his job. We're not going to give him extra credit for beating a guy, who was 2 weight classes below him, but we're also not going to use that against him when he's still done everything else in that weight division, right? I'm not gonna overlook everything else that Errol Spence has done at 147, because at one point in time he beat up a guy who was calling his name out, who came up to his weight class and challenged him, right? That's what he did his job. He fought the guy, sure. But I'm not gonna let that cloud everything else that he did. He still beat all these other guys that Terence Crawford later on went to fight. So none of it makes sense, man. None of it
at all. And the Queen Sheena, she says it's too late for Bud to recover from the stupidity he had displayed on his IG. I mean, man, we can, but we're gonna go on. We're gonna go on. We're gonna break all of this shit down, right? So I think that he took a horrible route trying to shit on Errol Spence's resume when he got one of the worst resumes I've ever seen anybody have that was undisputed.
That one's great. Read that one.
I can't really see what Errol Spence said.
I'll read it.
I can see Terence Crawford's response.
Yeah, Terence Crawford said it's the same one. It's the same tweet from Spence. Crawford responded to it like 3 times. When Spence said, "I did all the heavy lifting," Terence Crawford said, "Sean Porter had already lost to Kell Brook and Keith Thurman, which both was undefeated. So you didn't do nothing that wasn't already done. But these are the same guys that Errol Spence had already beaten when Terence Crawford fought them. Shit. So he wasn't doing anything that wasn't already done."
Bruh.
The hypocrisy is just like, I don't know, man. He needs help, bro.
What's wrong with him?
He needs help, man.
What's
you gotta remember, he said it numerous times in a lot of his tweets. He said, "Errol Spence, you ain't your own boss. You ain't your own boss," or whatever he said. He kept like making fun of him or saying something like, "Oh, you're your own boss, right? You're your own boss." Well, it's very clear that Terence Crawford is his own boss because he's doing a fucking horrible job.
A horrible job, right? But why is Terence Crawford so-called his own boss? Because nobody wanted him. That's why. Nobody wanted him. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn was like, I'm cool. I ain't touching him. Bob Arum was like, mutual agreement. We parted ways. It was a mutual agreement. That's what Bob Arum said. He said, but if we have somebody for him to fight, like a Josh Taylor, he'll come back over here, and fight for us. Didn't nobody want him? Nobody wanted him. He didn't have no choice but to be a motherfucking free agent and his own boss. He had to go all the way over to the UK, right, and fuck with a Daniel Kinahan. And how did that turn out? How did that shit turn out? Let me see what they talking about in the comments.
Mr. Mechanical said Bob ain't missing him one bit. No, he's not. He's not.
My man Knockout says somebody named one thing Spence said that Bud was able to refute? Nothing. He can't refute shit. And we're gonna go over everything. My man Todd Swindle in the building. He says, wasn't Mikey a pound for pound fighter at the time? Yeah, Mikey actually was number 4 pound for pound fighter at the time that Errol Spence fought him. Also, right? Also, we want to talk about Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence would have never fought Mikey Garcia if Mikey Garcia wasn't begging for it. You cannot talk like Box Talk said. The same thing with Lomachenko and Rigondeaux. You cannot talk shit about a man, right, that go and beat another man ass that's begging for it. If you spit in a man's face and then he go and beat your ass, well, you shouldn't have spit in his face. Errol Spence was laughing at Mikey Garcia for the longest time. He was laughing that shit off. But Mikey Garcia kept on going and going and going. And then what happened? Then Mikey Garcia got other fighters. The boxing world saying, yeah, man, we think he could beat Errol Spence. Sugar Ray Leonard, yeah, I got Mikey Garcia beating Errol Spence. You had tons of fighters talking about Mikey Garcia could beat Errol Spence. Then you had people saying that Errol Spence was afraid of Mikey Garcia when Mikey Garcia continuously called Errol Spence out. After a while, EJ was like, shit, fuck it. Let's make it happen, though. Then he keep on calling me out. What's up? So don't try to make it like, oh, man, he was calling Mikey Garcia up to fight him. That's a lie. What's happening with it? KQKC, what's good with it, OG? Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. So Bud Crawford is going down Errol Spence's resume at 147. So Bud Crawford didn't do shit at 147. He's telling you out of his own mouth that he didn't do a motherfucking thing at 147 pounds. Nothing at all. Yeah, Mr. J. Mr. J. And I was going to talk about that. And salute to my man, the Real Marlo TV. Just like the Real Marlo TV said, right? And like you just brought up, Box Talk, how Terence Crawford kept saying, oh, you ain't your own boss. I thought you was your own boss. You ain't your own boss. The nigga was still mad about the conversation that happened in the hallway when they met up at the Maurice Hooker fight behind stage, right? And how Errol Spence, right in Terence Crawford's face, and Bob Arum, Terence Crawford's promoter at the time, was standing next to him. And Errol Spence said, hold on, let me talk to my promoter. Ring, ring. Hello? Is this EJ promoter? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this him. Oh, yeah, because I'm my own promoter. And Terence Crawford, that shit hurt his soul. Now we know that that's been hurting his soul ever since way back then in 2018 when that happened, right? That shit hurt his soul. That hurt him when Errol Spence did that shit. All he could do is just stand up there and look stupid in the goddamn face. We pretty much, everybody pretty much forgot about that. Errol Spence wasn't thinking about that no more. We all wasn't really thinking about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But who was thinking about that ever since then? Who's been thinking about that shit for the past 4 years? It's been eating at Terence Crawford. So now that he think he a boss, now this is his time. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get his ass back now. I'm going to get him back now. The man was hurt by that. And he let it be known. So now every time he get a chance to tell Errol Spence that, oh, you ain't your own boss. I'm a boss now. What you got to say now? That's his way of trying to get Errol Spence back for what he did, you know, for what he did backstage at that Maurice Hooker fight when they met up. That's his way of getting him back. Now we know that Terence Crawford is hella sensitive. You can't play with him. You know, Errol Spence was just fucking with him. You can't play with Terence Crawford. We know he hella sensitive now, and he not gonna let nothing go. My man Crunk Juice in that super chat. salute to you coming through. He says the only possible good thing about this whole thing is that Bud Light possibly made the fight much bigger. If EJ come around the block, if EJ come around the block again. I hear you, bro, but with Bud doing the shit that he's doing, y'all got to look at it. They're not going to want to do business with him no more. Now this nigga Bud is talking about, oh, let's make the negotiations public next time. Let's go ahead and, who the fuck does that? Let's negotiate in public next time. So you mean to tell me that y'all gonna fucking get the deal done, go back and forth on Twitter, and you think that's gonna make the fight? You think Al Haymon wants to do that? Like, this motherfucker's stupid, bro.
You know what the sad thing is, though? That he, realistically, bro, he probably does think that. I know me and you are sitting here laughing about it like, what a fuck, pardon my language. What a,
nah, you cool. I didn't cuss a lot of times.
What an idiot, right? That's what we're thinking, and we're laughing about it. Because
I don't think she in here no more. If she did, I mean, hey,
all right.
I didn't cuss a whole lot of times.
But that's probably really what he's thinking, bro, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what it is what it takes to make a fight, to get a fight done when you're your own boss, because now he is. Somebody in the comments earlier said he's not his own boss. He's just self-employed. Okay. I mean, yeah, technically, and neither one is right or wrong, but he doesn't know what it takes to get these fights done, apparently.
Well, he's saying that he's a boss, right?
That's what he's saying.
You don't employ nobody but your motherfucking self. We can say that Errol Spence is actually a boss because he has an employee. He has other fighters under him that he promotes. So he's actually the real definition of a boss. Now, every boss that has a big company or corporation, they have other people doing certain things for them, right? Mm-hmm. Business-wise. So Errol Spence, he has Al Haymon advising him.
And he pays him a percentage.
And he pays him a percentage, right? Everybody that's a real boss, they have other people around them that they hire to get things done for them, right? That they hire people, okay, I'm not that good in this area. I'm gonna hire somebody that's better than me, that knows this area of business.
Like negotiating.
Right? Exactly. But Terence Crawford wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know that. So if he's a boss, that means that he should be able to put up the money himself for him and Errol Spence if he's such a big boss, like he's trying to talk, right? Put up the money. If you're the boss, you're running everything, go ahead and pay me my guarantee then. I want it from you. But let's go down these tweets. I'm going to pull them up. I got them in my phone also, right? And I'm going to just read them. And then I'll get to, I'm gonna go through all of it. Let me see.
They said when you can't get hired like Terence Crawford, you have to say I'm self-employed because nobody wanted you. Nobody
want your ass. And y'all smash on the like button. It's free. Smash the like button. It is free. So Errol Spence started off, right? And this was initially a call out from Terence Bud Crawford because Bud, he got up early in the morning. First thing in the morning. Errol Spence, he probably still asleep. The motherfucker Bud get up at 6 in the morning talking about, I see EJ. Why EJ, he ain't said nothing yet. The reason he ain't responded is because he know everything I said was the truth. Bruh, the reason he ain't responded is because the nigga ain't brushed his teeth yet. He ain't wiped the crust out of his eyes. He's still in bed. You know what I'm saying? That man got kids to take to school. And you up here with nervous energy, checking your goddamn Twitter every second to make sure that he didn't respond. Because see, the thing is, I know he was nervous because he's like, damn. Oh man, I know Errol Spence gonna get on here and he gonna tell the truth. So he checking. Now he like, man, he getting real nervous. Man, he ain't said nothing yet. Bruh, it's only 6:30 in the morning. God damn, let this man brush his teeth. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he ain't responded yet. So Errol Spence, right? Once he got done doing whatever he had to do with his daily duties, he said, I got a minute or 30 to waste. Why take you 2 weeks to say something? Terence Crawford, he said, you try getting your shit together, laugh out loud. We can see you looking at flashcards or a piece of paper. Good you speaking now. I was worried. Now, my lady, right, we watching it. She's watching when Terence Crawford did his live. And she's like, you don't hear that? She was like, it's paper in the background. He's reading something. And I was just laughing, but I'm kind of still trying to focus on what he's saying, right? And she laughing like, I can't even watch this. He's reading some shit. You know, he's reading off some shit. Look, you hear the paper in the background. And you go back and you can tell that he's reading off of some shit. And Errol Spence, he could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you got cue cards or you got somebody holding up a paper for you, you know. Now, if everything you saying is real, why you need a motherfucking paper? Why you need to read some shit? But that was just funny, you know. Anyway, so we're going to get to the next.
I'm gonna defend him, bro, because like I said earlier, he needs some help. I'm gonna help out, bud. I'm gonna help him out. See, if somebody was coming at me saying this and saying that and saying all this, I'm gonna respond to you. Okay, if I feel like I'm right, I'm gonna respond to you and I'm gonna write everything that you're saying. I'm gonna write it all down, and I'm gonna get back to everything. I'm gonna respond to everything, every single little thing you say. But on top of that, at the very top of that piece of paper where I'm writing everything down, I'm also going to write down the name of the company that's paying me a lot of money to defend them, because he said their name like 2 or 3 times and not once did he get their name right. He butchered it like 2 or 3 times. He didn't even know who was paying him.
BLB, TLK, I mean, BLK, Black Prime, baby, Black Prime, baby. Oh shit. So now EJ, he come and he say, he claims that his concerns over having transparency on the revenues and expenses for the fight was the big issue that killed the negotiations. Cap, my side agreed to show him everything. Now, when Terence Crawford did his little live, he didn't tell us that, yeah, I wanted this, and that. I want to see everything. But he stopped. If you go back and watch the live, he stopped right there, right? Well, I mean, what's wrong with me wanting to see everything? Why can't I see everything, right? That was a big issue that was holding up the fight. But what he didn't do is he didn't go no further after that. You never said that they refused to let you see everything. You tried to skip over that part. That's why in my live stream yesterday, I said, look, this man is telling a little bit of the truth mixed in with a whole bunch of lies. He's telling you a little bit of the truth, but he's mixing it in with a whole bunch of lies. And then he's leaving shit wide open. He's not telling everything. So he said there was a problem. But like I said, Errol Spence, he came and cleared it up. Yeah, he was right that he wanted to see all of that. And we agreed to let him see everything. We agreed to it. Now what? Let me read this super chat real quick. My man Crunk Juice back in the super chat. He says, if EJ next fight at 147, he will try to fight Bud Light one more. He said he'll try to fight Bud Light one more time. He called him Bud Light. He says, if that fight off the table, it makes no sense to stay at 147 business-wise. And I've said that, that's one thing I've said, Box Talk, and I was telling Money first, like, shit, when this stuff first came out, that Terence Crawford was fighting David, I've been sneezing. You know, I said, look, Money, we'll find out soon what Errol Spence is going to do. If Errol Spence is going to try to double back and fight him, you know what I'm saying? I said, and the way we'll know is where Errol Spence has his next fight at. If he stays at 147 pounds, the only reason he's staying at 147 is because he's going to give it one more go to try to see if he can get Terence Crawford in the ring. If he move up to 154, then you know he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say fuck this dude. I'm moving up. It wouldn't make no sense, right? Because I hear motherfuckers running around talking about, oh, well, he could fight at 154, but he'll come back down. If he go to 154, he's not coming back down, right? Because if he goes to 154, that means that he's going to get stripped of his titles at 147. And the fight ain't for undisputed no more. It makes no sense. And then if he stays at 147, right, knowing that he's going to move up, it wouldn't make no sense for him to stay at 147 if he wasn't going to fight Terence Crawford. The only reason he's staying at 147 is to keep his belts so he can fight for undisputed. But, I mean, to me, that's just simple common sense. But to a lot of people, they don't have that much common sense to, and so salute to my man Crunk Juice. A lot of people, they don't have that much common sense.
No, they don't. Like people who ask for transparency, and then you say, okay, well, who's paying us this 50 million? Oh, don't worry about it. He said, who's paying us? He said, don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Right. Who paying us? So we gonna get to that. So the next tweet, let me see where we at. So the next tweet, Errol Spence says, the draft included specific provisions that required that both of us would receive a complete and full written detailed accounting showing all pay-per-view sales of the event and then a status of all net revenues received and all event expenses incurred and paid, right? So Terence Crawford is asking to see the books. Motherfucker, we ain't had to fight yet. So what they agreed to, they said, okay, you can see the books. We're going to show you everything that you want to see. We don't have a problem with that. Once we have the fight, you're going to know exactly where everything is coming from, right? So you can know that whatever you're getting paid is correct. We're going to open up everything and show you everything you need to know. They agreed to that. That how much more transparency do you need, Box Talk? How much more transparency do you need?
That's all.
And Terence Crawford couldn't come and say that they didn't agree to that. Money, what's happening with it, Money? If you want to hop on, I'll send you a link. If you want to hop on, let me send you a link just in case. If you want to hop on, Money, you know you can hop on. Hold on, let me send Money a link just in case he want to hop on.
For sure.
You go ahead and cook, Box.
Go ahead and hop on in here, Money. We're roasting the duck. There's enough duck to go around.
So Best Video said proof that Keith.
Proof of that Keith. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, the Keith thing. I saw he did mention. I think at one point Crawford said something like, "All right, I'm done. Go ahead and announce your fight with Keith Thurman and this and that." Like it's a bad thing. It's not what we wanted. Obviously, it's not the fight that we wanted, but it's still better than your fight. It's still better than fucking David Amnesia. David, he called it when the fight fell through with Spence, or when he knew I'm not gonna fight this guy. He called up David. He said, "David, I'm gonna need you. David, I'm gonna need you to get in this fight with me, and we're gonna make this money. Because I'm not gonna fight this dude because they're not showing me this and not showing me that, even though they showed him everything, obviously."
But let me address this comment by Antonio Gonzalez, right? So Antonio Gonzalez says, "Laugh out loud. It's come out, no budget, shaking my head. PBC had no plans to make for 22. Errol on vacation and Al at his mama's house." Okay. Now let me address this, right? You said it's come out with no budget. Where did that come out from? Because you listened to fucking Fred? You listen to Fred Hawthorne telling you it's no budget? Is that where that came from? I'm just asking. Where did that come from? Right? You don't know what the fuck they got over there. So, in the reason that the fight was pushed out to wasn't gonna happen until 2023, obviously, if you can follow and comprehend, is because Terence Crawford kept giving them bullshit. He kept giving them back, like he kept going back and forth with them because supposedly he agreed to everything, but every time they turn around, he wouldn't agree to shit. No, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. So obviously, after going back and forth with him for so long, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the fight has been pushed back so far, they didn't have time to get the fight done in 2023 to do the proper promotion that they needed to do. But I wouldn't expect somebody like you to understand that, right? And you talking about Errol Spence was on vacation. No, Errol Spence took his daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. And I don't even know why you talking about what's going on with Al Haymon and where Al Haymon was at. You just an idiot and you sound like a troll right now.
Yeah, I think you need to leave other people's business out of it. He said a little too much for my liking. Like, look, bro, we're fucking we're YouTubers, we're bloggers, journalists, whatever you want to call it. This is what we do, right? They're fighters. They fight. So for him to come out on a live and talk about how Spence has a fire stick and to talk about
telling Terence
Al Haymon's mother is sick, like, bro, they don't need to do all that. Like, that's a little, I don't know, that's too much.
Yeah, that's his new name, telling Terence. Oh man, I don't really talk that much. I ain't gonna really tell you what went down. But I tell you this, shit, Errol Spence got a fire stick.
He got a fire stick.
Errol Spence got a fire stick and Al Haymon mother sick. But I ain't gonna say too much more. I ain't gonna tell y'all. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Payne the Savage says, if he was a boss, he would know the Muhammad Ali Act protects fighters with transparency already. If he's a boss, tell BLT to replace David with boots. Exactly. We ain't even got to, man. It's so much of shit that you can get on Terence Crawford about. You don't even really know where to start. And salute to my man, Payne the Savage, once again in that super chat. You really don't even know where to start. So let's go ahead and continue, right? Let's go ahead and continue. My man, Johnny Q, what's happening with his salute? Let's go ahead and continue. Let's go to the next tweet, right? So he was asking for transparency. They agreed to give him all the transparency, everything. They agreed to open up everything, show him where every penny was coming from. But see, one thing is that he's asking for transparency, but he don't even understand what that is because he's never had to do none of that. He's like, how can you be an expert in something that you've never had to deal with before? You see what I'm saying? He's asking for transparency, and they telling you, okay, this is what transparency is, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you where the concession, how much we made on concession, how much we made from the pay-per-view, how much we made from the ticket sales, how much we made from merchandise sales. We're gonna open up and show you everything. But you damn idiot, we have to have the fight first. Because if you're not getting a guarantee, and I'm not getting a guarantee, how are we going to open up all these things and show you this shit if the fight hasn't happened yet? Now, if we were getting a guarantee and you want to know where the money coming from, or you want to know who's paying out the money, we can show you that, but you're not getting a guarantee. So we're agreeing to, once we have this fight, We're going to show you everything. We're going to open up the books and we're going to give you everything, all of the information. That wasn't good enough.
That's why they said they would show him. I think it was in one of the tweets. They said they would show him the net revenue, not the gross, obviously, because that's different, but the net revenue, what they actually generated for the event or whatever, where he's getting paid from, basically, right? Because he's not getting paid gross, he would get paid net.
Right. So now Errol Spence says, if I'm not telling the truth, tell him to post the draft. Now, right? Errol Spence said, okay, you don't think I'm telling the truth? He has the draft that we sent to him. Tell him to post it. And when he posts the draft, it's going to have everything that I'm saying in the draft. Bet you he ain't posted it. Bet you he didn't post it. He ain't had nothing to say about that, right? He don't want to post that draft. Now, and make sure I'm going in order. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so the next one, he says, I'm talking about he didn't have a, he said he talking about he didn't have a guarantee and he was taking all the risk. Motherfucker, I didn't have a guarantee, just a higher percentage. So when Terence Crawford, right, his narrative that he wanted to run with to try to make it seem like, oh man, they're just fucking him. How could they do this to Terence Crawford? They're not even giving him a guarantee. Terence Crawford sitting up there, I'm taking all of the risk. I'm not getting a guarantee. I'm not getting nothing. I'm the one taking all the risk. But what he didn't tell you, like I told y'all yesterday, this nigga lying because he's only telling you, right, what he wants to tell you, and he's leaving a whole bunch of shit out. That's why he was so nervous. That's why he was so jittery on his live. He didn't tell you, well, we're both not getting a guarantee, because somebody that wants to tell the whole truth and want to be straight out and straight down the middle, he gonna tell you like, man, neither one of us even get a guarantee. He didn't tell you that. He said that I'm not getting a guarantee. But Errol Spence had to come and he had to clear, right? He had to clear this shit up and let everybody know, look, neither one of us is getting a guarantee. I'm just getting a higher percentage than you are.
You gotta read that comment by Mike.
Mike Rouse says, he said, can you post the draft? Bomax spilled the gravy on it. Hey, you crazy as hell, bro. Hey, but like, this is the guy that a lot of y'all want to believe in. Somebody that just gives you, right, their side, a little piece, and then leave everything else out. So we already spoke about the guarantee box talk. Like, yeah, they weren't getting a guarantee, but in a fight like this, it might be better that they're not getting a guarantee, because on that guarantee, Uncle Sam gonna take most of that shit.
Yeah, and what you can do, and I don't know if some people were familiar with this or not, what you can do is you get whatever's front end, right? And then you get whatever's back end, and they're separate checks. So in some cases, that may help you, especially with the fight during this time of the year. Because let's say he doesn't get his pay-per-view money until next year. Then he can include that in his taxes for next year and his earnings for. So there's benefits to being able to write stuff off a certain way, which is how PBC does business, and that's why a lot of their guys are bosses or self-employed or whatever, and they're promoters in their own right. Right? They have their own promotion company. They can write certain things off a certain way to where you actually get to keep more of that money. Crawford doesn't understand that because he's never done that before. He doesn't get the idea behind that.
Right. All he knows is Bob Arum tell him what his guarantee is, and he know he got to fight, and then go ahead and after his fight, walk through that goddamn walk to the back, and they'll have a check ready for him what his guarantee is. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, bro, because he don't understand any of this, but he's trying to shit on Al Haymon. That's how you know a motherfucker that don't have no type of good sense, right? Why would you try to shit on somebody that can make you down the line a billionaire? You hear Errol Spence, Errol Spence says Al Haymon is setting me up to where I don't have to do shit after boxing. They asked him, like, what do you want to do after boxing? Have you thought about like what career path you want to take after boxing? Errol Spence is like, go fishing, chill with my kids. I don't have to do nothing after boxing. Al Haymon has set me up to where I don't have to worry about doing nothing after boxing but kick it. That's it. Thanks to Al Haymon. Now, me, if I'm able to get with somebody like that, I want to get as close to somebody like that, right? To get the game and get in good with them so I could be like that. But he rather shit on him instead of hiring Al Haymon. Look, man, I know I said some things, my people said some things about you, but man, I really, really respect you. And I'm going to go ahead and hire you as my advisor. He could have did that. Now Al Haymon works for you. Now you and Errol Spence are on the same level. Best video said Al is a snake. How you know that? I want you to tell me how you know he's a snake. Justin Cherry says Al is ripping all of them off. How do you know that?
He said there ain't nothing wrong with a guarantee. Okay, there's also nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with getting paid hourly. That's a guarantee. There's also nothing wrong with getting paid commission. If you understand the way that it works, then there's nothing wrong with getting paid commission. There's a lot of people who get paid commission that make more money than a lot of people who get paid hourly. But people who get paid hourly and are used to getting paid hourly, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But you can understand how if you're moving to a commission-based job, it can be, it can get you a little nervous. It can make you a little nervous, It's not what you're accustomed to. And that's okay. But to shit all over a commission-based job just because you don't understand that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. But and what I hate is people come, oh, Al's a snake. He's ripping all of them off. He's doing this. Right? You sound fucking stupid when you can't give no evidence of that at all. You ain't never heard a fighter say, man, I was working with Al, ripped me off. You never heard a fighter say that. Never, not one time. This shit crazy, man. But let's go.
You can't, how do I say this? You can't demand a guarantee. You can demand a guarantee, but you can't demand a guarantee while at the same time you're saying, because he's the one that said it. He said it on the live. Okay. You guys can go back and double check this. I'm not making this up. He said, the bigger the risk, the bigger reward. So I'm taking all the risk. That's what he said. That's what Terence Crawford said. Now, when you're taking a risk, that's like a commission-based job. That's when you take no guarantee. Taking a risk is not fighting David Avanesian, or however you say it. Hopefully I said it right. That's not a risk. Not the same as, obviously anytime you get in a car, you take a risk. But it's not the same as taking a risk fighting like Errol Spence and taking no guarantee, like how he said supposedly he did.
My bad. He don't know what the meaning of taking a risk is. He don't know what that meaning is, because all his career he's had easy fights, right? For his skill level, right? For his skill level, we talk. He's had easy fights, and we know that he's been getting paid a high guarantee for the level of competition that he's been fighting. So that's the only thing that he's used to. So when he heard David, I've been sneezing, That's right up his alley.
Bless you.
Another easy fight. Another fucking easy fight. CC, salute to you, Queen. She says Plant versus Benavidez. Let me hold on.
I hope so. Check that out. Verify that.
Bro. Okay, I got you.
Is it real?
I didn't have this number in my phone. I got you right now. I'm gonna send you the link. That's crazy. I don't know if you changed your numbers. I didn't have this number in my phone. Hold on. Me seeing hold on. In Macworld Media, I don't know your email.
Yeah, it's true.
You got to drop your email in here.
It's true.
Let me see. Let me go to Caleb Plant.
He just posted it. Yep.
Hold on.
Breaking news. Good. Now we can stop talking about Terence Crawford.
See you. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking. That shit fire right there. Finally, we get in the fight, right? Finally, we get in the fight. Hey, I want to know what motherfucking Fred Hawthorne got to say, because I seen Fred laughing and clapping. Oh, David, the fight's off between David Benavidez and Uzcategui. They don't have no money. David Benavidez's fight is off with Uzcategui because they don't have no money. Now I want to know what Fred gonna say about this shit. I want to know what Fred's silly ass gonna say about this shit.
What's up, Key? But yeah, I had told you that I had sent you a text. I got two numbers though.
You know what? I don't have that. Whatever. So the text that you sent me right now, I don't even have your phone number in here.
Yeah, one of them is 276, the other is 920. You know, I got a family and a business phone. That's the family number I just hit you from the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, but I got one thing to say about that Terence Crawford thing, right? He ain't even ducking. You want me to tell you the thing is, Terence Crawford, like CC has said, like Terence Crawford was confused about the whole situation. See, when people ain't used to getting money and people ain't used to being around that type of dividends coming in, they want a guarantee. But when you the plug or when you the boss or if you putting on a show or a venue, you take all the risks. The people that get guarantees and all that stuff right there are the people that are getting paid. They the payees. And see, Terence Crawford, he up here talking about Earl ain't a boss, and he was trying to belittle Earl, talking about he don't come sit to the table. Well, Terence, you're asking for a cut. So that means that you're not a boss. You're waiting for somebody to pay you out. And see, if Earl and Al would have been me, I would have went ahead and gave that nigga his funky ass $25 million and left it right at that right there because Bud wanted to sell the fight for $50 million. And it's a potential $100 million fight easily. Because this is the biggest fight in the last 30 years. And see, Bud went to them people and see, it's all one big misunderstanding. Nobody's ducking nobody. See, Bud got that contract with no guarantee on the bottom of it. And Earl didn't get no guarantee. So Bud thought that they was doing some flim-flam shit. But what Al was trying to do was turn Bud into a worker, into a boss. He was trying to elevate him, trying to teach him some new things to show him that residual. That come in money, not that instant gratification money. And see, Bud and them wasn't understanding that. See, Bud knows 25 million. He ain't never made that in his career. And he thought he was doing Earl a favor. Like, look, bro, I got us a dude that's gonna pay us 25 million a piece. Bud thinking that's $50 million. We about to get paid, me and you. But Earl said, what about that back end? See, Bud ain't used to getting that back end. See, so he's used to guarantees. So he's not familiar with that. See, he's been getting done dirty his whole year or his whole career because, you know, he gets his upfront money. That's just like if you promoting parties and stuff like that.
Upper echelon. I don't want to cut you off, but we can't see that. We can't say that he been getting done dirty because actually Bob treated him better than he should have because he was getting all of that. Well, he was getting all of that upfront money, but Bob was losing money, giving him all that upfront money. That's why he wasn't getting no back end. It wasn't no back end for him to get.
When a typical situation, people that sign their rights away are getting done dirty like that because you're not like Muhammad Ali. He got that upfront money, and now people are making money continuously off of his legacy, and his family's not getting none of that. Like, the boss is the one that takes all the risks. When, you know, Earl and Al was trying to make Terence a boss, like, look, you go ahead and sell that fight for 50 mil. Now these people can shop around that fight wherever they want to. They can sell it for 75, maybe 100 mil, anywhere, any platform will buy that fight. It's the biggest fight in 30 years. And you done sold it for 50 mil. The venues, the sales, everything you sell, the promotion, that can cover the 50 million. If you sell 450 thousand things, that covers 50 mil. So anything after that, the gate, all that, you just giving it away. And that's why Al said ain't nobody touching this fight. He asked why you want to put a cap on yourself, a ceiling. Because what if Manny Pacquiao would have took that 40 million versus Floyd? How stupid would he have looked? Because that was his biggest payday and Floyd's biggest. You see Floyd and Manny pay what? Excuse me. You see how much Manny Pacquiao made fighting Floyd from taking that percentage. That's what being a boss is. You know, if you just accepted a flat rate up front, think about how much money he would have lost to the back end. You got to be able to gamble on yourself. And see, Terence hasn't produced, so he doesn't have the swag to gamble on himself. But Earl telling him, sit back, relax. I sell. I know how to do this. You just work with me, and we're gonna make this money instead of trying to get it all up front. That way, we'll still have something in the back end.
Yeah, exactly. But he don't understand none of that though. And let me my bad. I had to super chat up. Man, fuck. Let me find this super chat my man has sent so I could read. Oh, here it is. My man EJ88 in the building. He said Fred is worse than the scoring X. That shit that Fred be doing, man, like that shit's sickening. If any man think that shit is okay, yeah.
Why are you be doing that anyway, Keith? Why are you going so hard like that?
Bro, and he think that's normal. That's not normal for a man to do. Like, women don't even do shit like he be doing.
I said,
like,
why
bro,
is he
let
doing
that shit go. Let it go. You know what I'm saying?
He's still holding on old grudges.
Like, bro, that shit is sickening, and he think that shit is normal, bro. Like, that shit is sickening. But, you know, like, the females don't even do the shit that he be doing, bro. That is sickening. Like, let it go, bro. They took your goddamn credentials, and you still talking about it, but talking about, oh, I'm over a 10 millionaire. I have 9 figures. Okay, bro. Why, if you that motherfucking rich, why are you talking about Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza every day? Somebody that they don't know who the fuck you are. They don't give a goddamn about what you doing. Bro, that shit's just sickening. Right, for real.
Does the Plant versus Benavidez fight sell more than Errol Spence versus, assuming, Thurman?
Probably not. That Errol Spence and Thurman has a backstory. That has a backstory. I pay to see Earl stop a mud hole and Keith Thurman, boy. Because if you look, that was the biggest fight that we was calling for before this Crawford thing came anyway. Remember, Errol Spence and Keith Thurman was the fight. Just like Thurman thought that was his Floyd and Manny Pacquiao fight, but he ruined it. Like, that fight still would have been big if he would have beat Pacquiao. But Pacquiao derailed that fight. Keith fumbled the bag. But he got a chance to bring that shit right back, though. I mean, this is a hell of a fight. Keep going, sell it.
Does Plant-Benavidez do more than Crawford Avanesian?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Bro, don't nobody want to see that shit, bro. I don't like people. I'm going to keep it 100 and salute to Nick J. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, right? Yes, right? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't agree with a lot of this shit that Blue Blood been saying lately, right? Because it wasn't the same shit that he was saying before. Let's just keep it one. But I still support Blue Blood, right? I still support Blue Blood. But I'm not finna sit here and lie to you and act like I'm gonna support that goddamn fight. Like I said, I'll send him the $40. You know what I'm saying? If everybody can get together that support Blue Blood and cash app him or super chat him the $40 so he can get the shit. I'm not supporting that motherfucking fight, especially Now that Bud then came on here and told all type of fucking lies, but still can't give a good explanation on why he pulled out and didn't tell them people nothing. I don't support shit like that. Straight up and down. So motherfuckers can run around on here talk about, oh, we want to see the fight. We want to see the fight because we support Blue Blood. No, you don't want to see that goddamn fight. Let's just keep it 100. You don't want to see that fight.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it is what it is. Like KQKC say, I'm not holding my tongue for nobody. I keep it straight down the middle. Like what KQKC say? I call balls and strikes, baby. Wow, 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 wow. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's balls and strikes. My man Jay Miller say, how many pay-per-view buys does Plant versus David do? See, that's a tough question because it all depends on how they promote it. If they're gonna be willing to put the money into it to promote it, see, a lot of these fights, they don't do shit for one because they're fights that even the diehard boxing fans ain't interested in, like Bud Crawford and David I've been sneezing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's interested in fights like, and I like King Kong Ortiz, but don't nobody want to see King Kong Ortiz and goddamn Andrew Ruiz fight on pay-per-view. Nobody is that interested in those type of fights to want to pay for them, right? We're not asking for those fights. But David Benavidez and Caleb Plant is a fight that we've been asking for a long time.
The shit talking.
And this is the best time. This is the best time to have it because now we know that Caleb Plant fought Canelo. He's had his experience. No excuses. Now we know that David Benavidez is on that level to where everybody want to see him fight the best of the best, right? So this is the time to have it finally. Also, it's the fight, like I said, that everybody that knows anything about boxing has been calling for. So now it's about how are you guys going to promote the fight? Are you going to put money into the fight to promote it? If you put the money into the fight to promote it, it's going to do well. If you put the money in the fight, it could do 250K pay-per-view buys, right? It could do something like that. But a lot of these fights or pay-per-views don't do well because they're not promoting it. You can't start promoting the goddamn pay-per-view 2 weeks before the fight. And then half of the people that been wanting to see it, they don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Until the last minute, you can't do that. So you got to promote it. That's why I knew once I heard Errol Spence say that we were planning on doing a 3-4 city fight tour, I said, oh yeah, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence was going to be huge because they were going to put the money into it to promote it. So we'll know when we see how they promote it. If they do a fight camp, because it's going to sell because they already got beef. They got beef with each other. They don't like each other. Shit going to get real ugly. It's going to get real ugly. Somebody might get hands put on them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to separate them in a press conference. This is going to be a fight that can sell really big. Promote it like that. Don't just tell us that they're going to fight each other and y'all going to put it on pay-per-view and then do a half-ass promotion. Promote it like if you promote it like y'all promoted Canelo and Plant, it's going to do big numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's going to do real big numbers. Real talk. Jay Miller, what's happening with it? He says, how many paper? Oh, I just read that. Now I got another one I need to read real quick.
You missed one. Yeah, you missed one.
Hold on. My man, Real Marlowe TV in the building. Y'all go sub to my brother, Real Marlowe TV. Let me see. Let me find him. Here go my man Crunk Juice back in the building, showing big love and support to the channel. He says, I don't buy that Bud. He said, I don't buy that Bud Light issue was just back end money. Bob said he had problems with him. He says, and he was getting upfront money at the time. Bud is a duck. Enough with the excuses. He is no rookie. But see, the thing with Bud Crunk Juice is that ain't nothing never enough for him. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is he thinks that he's a bigger star than what he is. And these people trying to tell him, bro, you only as big as your numbers do. You only as big as your numbers do. So Bob was like, okay, you're gonna get a guarantee of $4.5 million. He got a problem with it because in his head, he's supposed to be making money like goddamn Floyd. Because of his accolades. That's why he always talks about his accolades and I did this and I did that. That doesn't translate to money and ticket sales. You can't tell him that because in Omaha, he the biggest thing that ever been in Omaha before. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. He the biggest thing that ever stepped in Omaha. Omaha is all they got. He all they got.
Him and Tommy Frazier.
Huh?
Tommy Frazier still the biggest thing in Omaha.
You said Tommy Frazier?
Yeah, you remember Tommy Frazier, don't you?
He said Tommy Frazier.
Yeah, the Nebraska quarterback, Tommy Frazier.
Man, what year you played? I don't remember.
See, that's how we sound when we talk to other people that don't watch boxing. When we say, "Oh yeah, you know Terence Crawford, right? You know Terence Crawford," and they're like, "Who the fuck is
Tommy
Terence
Frazier, 95-96. 95-96. Tommy Frazier beat my boys Florida State Seminoles.
Nah, I don't remember Tommy Frazier. I really don't.
Yeah, he had to stop because he had them blood clotting them knees. But you know something?
He used to run the option in Nebraska when all that.
Yeah, he was Michael Vick before Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Nah, you know who was Michael Vick before Michael Vick? From Kansas, old boy from Kansas. What was it? What's his name? Damn. He was around that same time, but I think he was around like 96, 97, played for Kansas. He was the Michael Vick before Michael Vick. God damn, what's his name? Michael Bishop. Bishop was the Michael Vick before Michael Vick.
Yeah, he wasn't messing with Tommy Frazier though. Frazier was a bad boy.
Yeah, he was nice.
Bishop was a motherfucker though.
Yeah, he was good, but he wasn't no Tommy Frazier. Go look at some old highlights of Tommy Frazier later on.
Let me say something, bro. Because I don't have.
Let me read this super chat. Justin Cherry says, "Quit lying. You weren't gonna support it anyways. You a Bud hater. You probably never bought any of his pay-per-views." Okay.
How many pay-per-views does he have?
Right. Yeah, and actually, to tell you the truth, I bought all the Bud Crawford pay-per-views. I bought the Sean Porter one. I bought the Amir Khan one. You know what I'm saying? And I actually bought the Victor Postal.
He had three
pay-per-views, and I bought all of them.
I bought all three.
And I appreciate but Justin Cherry, I appreciate the super chat. Go ahead.
My whole thing with all of this bullshit with Terence Crawford is, you know, he's talking about they was gonna agree to open the books. The book's not gonna tell you nothing because until after the fucking fight is over with, it don't make sense. They can show you where your proceeds are gonna come from, but they can't tell you, and they can tell you what your percentage of the proceeds are, but they can't fucking predict who gonna buy t-shirts, how many people gonna be in the fucking state, how many pay-per-views gonna happen. You're gonna know all of that after the fucking fight is over with and all that shit is tallied up and your fucking money start coming. But you want to know all this shit right away. How the fuck they gonna tell you that when it hadn't happened? It doesn't make sense what he's saying. You understand? Now, if you're gonna have, I don't know what, $4 million or whatever the fuck upfront money and then the rest on the back end, motherfucker, go out and sell the fucking fight. Y'all supposed to be going different cities. You're gonna sell the fucking fight. That's the bigger, then the fight will be even bigger. But you're not gonna get the percentages. You know what your percentage is on the fucking back end. You know what it is. And then all they're gonna show you is, okay, you getting a percentage of what the fuck sold at the goddamn hot dog stand, what the fuck sold at the fucking out of t-shirts and
paraphernalia. The popcorn. Don't forget about the popcorn.
All of that shit.
The concessions.
They can't tell you, nigga, how much money
merchandise.
They can't tell you. They cannot tell you how much money you actually get until after the shit is over. That don't make sense.
Coach, hold on real quick. Rachel, man, Nonito Donaire is one of my favorite all-time fighters, and I love what y'all doing. Great, you did a hell of a job managing his career, and I would love to get you up here because see, Rachel knows the ins and outs of the business. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to get you up here. So if you have some time, I'll drop a link and, for you to come up here and just give us your take on everything, if you do have some time.
So that's just crazy. That's just crazy. He wanted upfront money, guaranteed money, and he took the other deal. The only problem that I have with that is motherfucker, you could have been did this shit way months before. You haven't fought since last November. If you wanted to tune up and make some more money, you should have did that then after your fucking fight with Sean Porter. But you wait till the fucking 11th hour when you're in negotiations with PBC to pull some shit like this and not letting anybody know what's going on. I think that's some bullshit. Now, what he's talking about, he's gonna tell Errol, man, we both can make 25 million and guaranteed from these companies. Well, Errol, just like Errol said, who are these companies? You never fucking told me anything. So my whole thing is that backdoor shit that he did was fucked up. It's not what you do in business. And in the end, it's gonna end up burning the fucking company because nobody want to see that shit. That's number one. You fucked yourself. No, he gonna get paid, but whoever's promoting this fucking fight is gonna have a fucking problem recouping their money. I can tell you that right now. That's gonna happen. He might. Now, don't get me wrong. If they fight at Omaha, yeah, they might pack the stadium, but they ain't gonna fucking recoup the money that they spending on this fight because you already done pissed off. You and Errol Spence, you got the wild fucking super fans of Bud Crawford, and you got the wild super fans of Errol Spence, and then you got a lot of boxing fans that just want to see both of them. They like both of them. So you screwing yourself, number one, because y'all have the same fan base, basically. And everybody's pissed off at you, bro. Everybody is pissed off at you because with the shit you did. Instead of see the shit through, make the shit happen, and give the fans what they want to see. And then on top of that, you didn't pick a very fucking good opponent. That's the kicker. Now, if he would have went and said, okay, Virgil or fucking Boots, they would have called them and made the fucking fight because Boots' dad said, and I quote, we would have took that fight in a heartbeat, but nobody ever contacted us. From Boots and his dad, from Bozy. So you picked a fucking easy win to make a bag. And that's where the fans, if they blind and they fucking butterholics, they fucking retarded. You know he's gonna win this fucking fight. We already know this shit. So what's the point of having the competition? You already know who the winner is. And I'm not gonna pay for that shit. I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
And let me say this.
That's all I got.
Right? Now, one plus, right? Is all this that's going on in the back and forth between Errol Spence on Twitter and it makes the fight bigger, right? Because it makes people talk about it a lot more. But the thing is, what you've done, business is still business. And now, are they going to want to do business with you? Like, real talk. If you really want to get something done and you really want to fight this man, are you going to do all that shit that you've been doing? No, you're not going to do that. So that's letting me know that he is not moving like he wants to fight. He's not moving like he really wants to fight. But if they're just willing to say, you know what, we're going to do this for Errol Spence. We're going to do business with him, even though we don't want to do business with him and it goes against everything we believe in. We're going to do it this one time for Errol Spence. The fight is now bigger than it was. It was because they were both really quiet and people were losing interest in the fight. A lot of people was like, man, I don't even care no more. You know what I'm saying? But now people really want to see it. And you giving that energy off on social media, and now everybody's looking at it. And then, right, you have Errol Spence go out and beat Keith Thurman or whoever he gets in the ring with.
I like that.
Right? You have Terence Crawford whoop on David. I've been sneezing, and then right, both of them get in the ring at each other's fights. Right? They can both be at each other's fight, get in the ring, get in each other's face. Now the fight is big. Now you don't have to worry about if it do 500,000. Now you building the fight. Now you're building the fight to do 1 million pay-per-view buys. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you build the fight and the interest that you get in the people. Rachel, how you doing, Queen?
Salute,
Good.
Rachel.
I'm in the sauna, so no camp.
Yeah, she did say she was in the sauna. But whenever you want to chime in, you can chime in and give us your outlook on everything that's been going on. Whenever you're ready.
Well, I mean, I just thought the whole thing was silly. Like, I mean, the first one, I thought 18 minutes on something that is already past done and we're not getting was a little overkill. And then the 2 minutes of the faulty promoting on not knowing if we're promoting on BLT Prime or BLM Prime or God knows what at this point. And then I kind of prayed that Spence wasn't gonna say anything and heed him no mind, just because we're not gonna go anywhere. It's not proving anything. They're both fighting different people. And I feel like everyone started getting their emotions, calling people not a boss, a duck, and all this other stuff that it just kind of took me away from it. Like, I was like, dude, like, listen, this is something that completely happens in boxing all the time, the contracts, all that mess. But social media has gotten people to just open their mouth a little too much. And I feel the bridges that he burned, like, how are you going to say, Al's like this or Spence is like this, and they be trying to rob me or whatever, and I don't trust them, but you're willing to go back there in a couple months. That's what you said. You'll circle the block and come back to negotiating table. And let me say my disclaimer before I say all the freaking Bud Crawford fans come after me. In the ring, I'm in Bud's corner. Outside of the ring, it's very questionable judgment, and I can accept that there's two different people. It's okay.
Now, knowing the boxing business inside and out, do you see Al Haymon and PBC doing business with Terence Crawford? I mean, everything that he said about him publicly, do you see them trying to go back and do business with him?
No. Why? Besides that one belt, which is going to end up, the fact that he just selected Avermesian or BLK Prime selected, whoever the hell selected, this was his one opportunity to allow for the fight with him and Spence, because all the Spence's mandatories had stepped aside. But now that he had his selection, the next move will be that the belt will have him fight the mandatory the next fight, unless you're going to go and try to buy that guy off too. But literally, what pisses me off about it is Spence's guys, and I mean his mandatories, all waited on the sidelines. They all negotiated step-aside fees to not impose their mandatory position. They all could have been fighting. You didn't just affect one man's career. You affected a whole plethora of other fighters that need to feed their families and put bread on the table, and I don't like that shit.
Right. Stanionis has been waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
And I know Richard Schaefer, before Errol Spence fought Ugas, Richard Schaefer was on my brother Money Brown TV. He just got up on the panel. He was on he went to Money's show and he said, "Look, Money," he says, "I'm not going to get in the way of a unification bout. So we are going to step aside, right? Because we don't want to get in the way of a unification. I know how business is done, and I know that Errol Spence has been trying to unify for a long time. So we're not going to get in the way of that. But once that takes place, and that's all out the way, we're not stepping aside. We're not going to step aside anymore unless it's for undisputed. So they've been waiting around for a long time.
Yeah. And like I said, like, it's like you feel like these people don't have other things to do. And moving the parts in boxing and who's available and who you can fight that isn't going to really pose that much of a risk to your mandatory position, getting it sanctioned, getting it approved, these all take time. So it just spit in the face of all these other guys who were allowing for greatness to happen, like Richard and Stanionis, to put their ego and pride and what they wanted at this point aside and make way. And then you have crap like this that happens. So what was it all for?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how can you say that you want to make the fight happen, right? When the people that you have to do the business with, you're dogging them out. You're
Yes.
dogging them out. And then
Yes.
think that they're going to want to do business with you. And then you also want them to do up and up business with you. You want them to give you the best deal of your life.
Yes.
At the same time, you saying fuck them. It doesn't make no sense.
I just don't think. I respect it when fighters try to come into the business side because they should want to know. But not all of fighters are A, negotiators, B, lawyers, C, accountants. And you hire people based on that. A boss delegates and you verify what they brought back to you. That's what a boss does. You don't see the boss doing everything because there's no such thing.
Exactly. Like I was saying earlier, he hired Al Haymon, right, to take care of certain things that he might not be privy on doing. That's why he has Al Haymon as his advisor. Al Haymon has made multi-millionaires over and over and over again. So why wouldn't you hire Al Haymon to advise you or hire somebody to advise you? And it's like Bud Crawford kept bringing it up. Oh, you're not a boss. You have to go ask Al. He's supposed to have to go ask Al. That's what he hired him for.
Yeah, what do you think Al's going to get paid for? To sit and look pretty on the sidelines? No, his job is to advise. His job is to do all these things. It's the same thing with Nonito. I don't know where Bud's getting this idea that fighters come to the table. Literally, Nonito does not get on conference calls. He does not talk to the promoters. He doesn't talk to the other fighter. Anyone that comes to him, even with an endorsement deal, he's like, go talk to her. She's my manager. She'll tell you my schedule. She'll tell you if I'm available. She'll tell you what is needed for me to get to that event, et cetera, et cetera.
Thank you.
That's what he, like you said, that's what he has you for. So he goes to you for that because you know more about, getting the deals done and all of the ins and outs than he does because he don't focus on that.
Correct.
Bro, that's Terence Crawford.
Let me get to these super chats real quick, and then I'm
I'm gonna put myself on mute for a sec. So go ahead.
Okay, cool. My man Sean Clark says if the Bud agreed and they sent the revised contract, only thing left to say, let's go next. He says he out here in damage. He says he out here in damage going live talking bad about EJ and Al. Exactly. And then my man Randall Bivens, he says, I think Bud has SPMS, survival versus prosperity mode syndrome. He's making nearsighted decisions, trying to eat today instead of trying to eat tomorrow. Yeah, he want to get it fast, all up front because he doesn't believe in himself. He don't believe in the business. And then let me get to, I got another super chat down here. Sid Jappy in the building. He says, how can EJ be the biggest draw, but TC be favorite to win? That has nothing to do with anything, Sid Jappy. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with anything.
Exactly, bro. Canelo was the biggest draw in the fight, and Triple G was the favorite to win. So what
does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I mean,
they want to create controversy out of anything, man.
Hell yeah. Salute, money. Salute, brother.
What's going down?
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something right here. I'm gonna drop a little game on y'all real quick, just a little bit. I usually charge people for this right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. The way the PBC works is the way people work when they're making money, right? See, Al Haymon is a financial genius. What he does with each fighter is his own entity. That's why he had, just like if you're a YouTube creator, you're your own entity. You know how we fill out 1099s. That's how the PBC works. So just like Top Rank, they have a corporation. Bob Arum is the top, and he has to pay people on down. The PBC doesn't have to pay none of their employees because they don't have employees. Everybody on the PBC is private contractors. You got Shelly. Shelly's a private contractor. You got Sid Washington, he's private contractor. Tom Brown, they all private contractors. Don't nobody get paid until a fight gets made. So at the off season, they don't have no expenses to pay nobody there because everybody is their own entity. That's why you see every time you see Tom Brown promotions, you see
yeah, we know that though.
Each time everybody has their own promotions. That's why they're able to run it at such a low cost. They don't have no workers. Everybody is their own boss at the PBC. Everybody that runs, the people that promote are their own bosses. The people that make the calls, they're all their own bosses. So Al Haymon doesn't have no overhead costs. Whenever a fight is made, that's when everybody gets paid. And you as a fighter, Al gets you to make your own corporation, your own entity. So you get paid on your own thing. So if you want upfront money, that's money that you could have used to promote yourself. Because everybody is supposed to promote themselves or gamble on themselves, but you are your own product. That's the way they do it. That's why everybody on the PBC gets paid. And that's why they don't have to pay all these people on the side, because there's no people on the sides. Everybody gets their own money and do their own jobs. Because if Al tells anybody how to do their job, then the feds gonna come in and make him have to pay salary tax on all that because he's telling people how to do their jobs. That's how they run that. That's why the dude that's sitting there saying PBC going broke and all that, it can't go broke because everybody's their own boss.
My brother,
Yeah,
we knew that. We knew that. Like Scott said,
we've been you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand that. We understand it. We know that, right? We
Exactly.
know how this works. But another thing is like oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead, Money. I'm gonna let you go ahead and
cook. It was good. Yeah, it was just a simple fact though. But yeah, that was a good breakdown. Boy, I look at it like you see my
brother.
Situation, right? No doubt. But it's the bud with his ego, bro. Like y'all was giving good points and things of that nature, but it's like, bro, he got what he wanted, and it's the situation with him. It's a pride thing, bro. I don't know what it is with him and Errol Spence. I don't know what it is with Team Bud and Errol Spence, bro. But it's something where they got to have that one up over the man, bro. They want to have that one up so bad that it is fucking up boxing. You feel me? And it's fucking up the fight because he talked about he wanted to fight this year. You could have had to fight this year. Even the transparency he wanted, Errol said it was in the first contract, bro. So if you got the same thing in the first contract, what are you looking for? It's his understanding, man. He don't understand the business as good as he really think he does, man. And the dude, like, he's showing it. He really showing it. And it's kind of sad a little bit. But it's just, he's seen the 25 million. He's mad about them not pursuing that 25 million, right? He said it, oh, well, that was an altercation, right? So that let you know off the back he was arguing with the ass over that little 25 million because he wanted it. He wanted it bad. You know what I mean? He felt like he went out and did some business with somebody. And now, it's like, oh, well, I can't go back to the table and we can't make that happen. So it make him not look like a boss that he said that he is. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're a boss, then guess what? That deal would have been done on your behalf. But you brought your ass back to the table with PBC. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so now, Al, what you go give me? And he never tell nobody about Earl not getting no, upfront, no guarantee. It's just all about him. I'm getting done over like this. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. When the shit was going both ways, you know what I'm saying? It was going both ways. Now, like you said, the percentage was a lot higher. Now, I will admit, we never seen no shit where nobody getting no upfront money, right? That's why I was really puzzled. Like, bro, come on, man. That shit just can't be true. You not getting no upfront money. Everybody get upfront money, even 4 rounds. Like, I will agree. But if you agree to the situation, you don't have nothing to complain about, bro. You agree to it. So how can you agree to something and then cry about it? You feel me? You can't agree to something and then cry about it. You already know what it is, bro. So you up here playing victim. He playing victim, and he want motherfuckers to feel sorry for him, man. That's just not the case, bro. That's just not the case. At this moment, where we seen that he got shown transparency that he said he wanted, and then he tried to backdoor that with, oh, well, y'all didn't try to agree to everything until y'all saw me shaking the move. You've been shaking the move. You came to these mans with 3 deals. 3 deals. Knowing they weren't fit to agree to none of them when they the A side, bro. They calling the shots, right? And not saying you don't got no say so because of who you is, but you coming with other entities and thinking these people fit to go fight on other platforms and things like that when Al Haymon locked in the Fox and Showtime. Like, bro, that just wasn't gonna happen on no goddamn planet, especially with no Errol Spence. He's not gonna let his top draw, and Errol is probably the top draw now over on PBC, if not one of the top draws, right? I'm not gonna let him go somewhere else and make them money. You know what I mean? Then how we gonna keep PBC running? How I'm gonna show the people that I'm doing business with that, you know what I'm saying, they got faith in me. It's just to make no sense, man. It was just all word. And then by everything that hit social media like this, and with him looking the way he looking, he stick his tongue out, 999, and I got 10 million, right? That's how he feeling. I got 10 million, allegedly 10 million, because we got to see if that shit hit the bank account. And it's just, he feel like he got something, and still with the fans, they happy over fucking David Avenija. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, but that is what it is. And then even with Errol Spence, you can tell he chill because he ain't mad at you. Go get the money. It's an easy 10, bro. David Avenija, you can whoop his ass in your sleep. It's an easy 10 million. Go get it. And I think that's what it was, bro. He didn't want to fight Earl because he felt like if he get his ass whooped, he would miss out on the 10. He could still probably come back and get the Errol Spence fight. So, I mean, we see the play, man. We see the play. We ain't stupid. We ain't dumb. But at the end of the day, I just don't like the way he did it, bro. Like, you drug these people along all this time. You made up all these excuses. Then you trying to blame them for you not being able to fight in 2022 when you helped drug negotiations to where they at right now. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah. And then you get the contract. And like this is the last thing I'm saying. You get the contract, the last contract, right? Of course, you're going to have the date. And this is the thing I can't stop stressing, bro. You see the date is for next year. You know it. But you send it back and you still ask for 3 things to be changed. Like if you see the date, automatically you should be like, no, I'm not fighting next year, bro. But you agreeing to these things, which make these people think you agreeing. So when they revise the contract and send it back, your ass run off for 14 days and don't say nothing because you knew you was gonna do that with BLK. And that's what Errol Spence told me. Yeah, bro, he been had it in his back pocket. You knew you was gonna take the deal. Just say you go take it, bro, and let us do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of shit that piss you off, bro. And now he got his little $9.99 now face on because he getting 10 million. And I guess he ain't never got an 8-figure check like that. And 10 million is a lot of fucking money. I'm not gonna say that for you, feel me? But at the end of the day, you don't play with people business like that, bro.
But my whole thing, money, is the lack of loyalty, right? And then you're disloyal, right? Because of what you've done. We've seen how you moved throughout your career. We've seen how you did Bob when you wasn't even selling, and then you try to go and sue that man when he was giving you supposedly the biggest guarantee out of any of these fighters in the welterweight division, right? I mean, guarantee. We're gonna leave not the biggest bag, but the biggest guarantee, right? Now, you think that Errol Spence is supposed to do the same thing, go behind Al Haymon's back for $25 million when Al Haymon has set him up to where he said out of his own mouth, he set me up to where I don't have to do nothing after boxing for the rest of my life. That's thank you to Al Haymon. And you think this man is supposed to double cross Al Haymon because if you listen to what he said, I went to Errol Spence and I told Errol Spence, let's go get this money. They got 25 million apiece on the table for us. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence is like, okay, well, where's the back end? And then he said, nah, Errol told me he had to go talk to his people. And then he never got back to me, right? Then he said, basically, he was waiting for Errol Spence to get back to him. And then so he seen that Errol Spence wasn't going to get back to him. So then he went to Al Haymon, right? First of all, you wanted him to go behind Al Haymon's back and tell Al Haymon, you know what, I'm going to go with Terence Crawford and I'm going to go ahead and get this money. First of all, that's something that you don't do. When you know Al Haymon is trying to put this fight on, his company trying to put the fight on. Secondly, this man says, then I go to Al Haymon and I tell Al Haymon, like, hey, we got these other people that's going to put on the money. Like Al Haymon is going to say, well, you know what? That's cool. I'll let my fighter go and, just go and you and him can make the money. Like, nobody does that. Who does that? And it's crazy that he expected Al Haymon to be cool with that shit. So now you didn't try to basically take the fight out of his hands. Before that, you tried to get his own fighter, right? To double cross him, to leave and go with you. And now you expect this man to want to do business with you again? The thing is, he don't want the fight. And he couldn't, in his brain, no type of way, expect Al Haymon in the PBC to want to do business with him again. But he don't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't want the fight like that. You can't make me believe that he wants to fight by the way that he's moving.
All right,
you don't move like that if you want to do business with somebody.
Can I expound about? I was reading some of the comments, and people apparently are confused. They didn't know that Al has people on independent contractors, and they're like, "Oh, you mean they're not employees?" The top rank. So let me expound on that, gentlemen. All fighters are independent contractors. All fighters. We get contracted on underneath a company, and usually they keep you on an exclusive that you could only fight underneath their company. And The only other type of way is if you have an LLC, which you should. If you're making more than $300,000 a year, you should have an LLC on top of you, so you can start. Well, you could literally do it even without 300. Start writing off business expenses on your name, likeness, and image. That meaning you're going to the BC Awards, then you can write off your flight as a business expense. There's so much more that's within boxing. You need hand wraps, you need to go get more tape and gauze, that's a business expense. Things like that. But we're independent contractors, meaning to say that we are not employees in any sort of the word. So there is no health insurance.
Yep.
Under Top Rank, under Eddie Hearn, under any of these damn promoters, there is no health insurance. There's no life insurance. There is no social security that we're paying into. There is no, just nothing. We're independent contractors. That's why when boxers get hurt during a camp and they lose out on a payday, that's why it hurts so much, because there is no sick time. There's no sick leave.
Wait, there's no paid time off? You're telling me there's no paid time off?
And that's all out the pocket.
Vacation days.
That's all out the pocket too, right? You're right.
Yep.
Which one? You're talking about?
Like you say, when a boxer get hurt in the camp, like they.
Yeah. I mean,
like anything that needs to be paid for, they have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, it's highly dependent on the person negotiating for you. There's fighters like Nonito that we negotiate training expenses are non-accountable against his purse, which means it's a gift, because he has stuff that he has to buy and do, and he likes to close down the gym, so he closes down the gym for 2 hours. That's just him. But anything else, the health insurance comes out of our LLC as him as an employee of the LLC, which he owns, but it's for tax purposes and being able to write off and reduce your tax liability, because you are investing into your likeness and image for it to grow and actually make money.
Just like YouTube. That's why people, if you get a certain amount, you need to make you an LLC as well, because that's how you can limit your government and taxes on anything. That's anything when you're dealing with large sums of money and finance. Like even on the streets, you need to make yourself an LLC and find a way to like clean what you're doing if you're doing something bad. But always find a way to cleanse and taxify the dollars. Every time you taxify, it makes it official and you ain't got to worry about it. But the taxes, you'll go past a certain percentage and you'll start having to pay a lot more. Like if you go over 3 times the regular rate, you'll be paying 50% on tax. 50% of your income will go for taxes. That's why people make LLCs and stuff to write off expenses.
And investment accounts, because if you put in the money that you have in your LLC before the end of the year and you infuse it into an investment account, that doesn't get taxed as well. There's different sorts of ways and all these things that can protect boxers. The thing is that when you do approach a boxer, Jesus Christ, they know everything. They do. And they don't want to hear and they don't want to listen. And the Teofimo story about him having 20 grand in his pocket, that literally, that hurts my heart. I'm like, how? You have people living on $100,000, $75,000 a year, and you blew how much? How? The hell were you doing?
He looked like
because he took that upfront money, that guaranteed money. He didn't take the percentage, and that's what happened to Teofimo, and that's what happens to a lot of boxers. They show a great lump sum.
Yeah, Top Rank ain't giving up percentages. Yeah.
But yeah, they'll show you that lump sum at the beginning, and a lot of people like Muhammad Ali ended up selling his away for like 1.2 million, not realizing that the percentages and the guarantees enough to make 50 million a year. They make 50 million a year off residuals just off Muhammad Ali's likeness and his image. And that's what happens to a lot of boxers and everything like that. Like the content will get you paid. That's why in music, people try to get their masters, because a lot of people are so blinded by the upfront money, the instant gratification. You see that lump sum and you thinking, oh yes, I'm about to rock out. But the residuals is where your money is more than 10 times what you're getting up front, and people fall for the bait every time. That's how people get them. That's why they was trying to sue Al Haymon, like Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya and all them, because Oscar De La Hoya, because Al Haymon was showing them that if you take the percentages, you'll get percentages from the venue, from the shirts getting sold, for the popcorn, the drinks, everything, instead of just taking that upfront door money and the gate money.
And Oscar, he said
Let me read this. Let me read this super chat. Sid Jappy says EJ sells Cowboy Stadium out for $7 million, worth $50 million, and should be doing major numbers. Al robs EJ. TC too smart. I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, if it sounds good to you, more
Sid
power to
Jappy a
you.
troll, Key. That dude a troll.
Hey, appreciate the super chat though. I appreciate the super chat.
All right, man. Come on, man. Cut it out.
Like,
Y'all say anything to be
some
controversial.
people know too much, man.
I'm gonna have to change here soon, but I do want to leave it on this. And I'll come back after if you guys are still here. But
Okay.
I mean, you want to talk about boss moves? I mean, if you really want to talk about boss moves, the promotional company that is putting on the event isn't Bud Crawford's. They've rented out someone else's license to be able to do the things that they're doing in Nebraska, which still hasn't been approved for the promotional company that is actually running the event. Secondly, if you're a boss, then you don't just take whoever they're going to put in front of you. You told us that you had no choice, that no one else was on the line, that they only presented you with Avernesian. Number 3, and my last one, because we already did this before. When you're going to go up against someone on social media and you really want people to believe you, do it how Nonito did it. He went on a YouTuber's channel. He gave the YouTuber all his evidence. The other fighter, Casimiro, went on YouTube, gave the YouTuber all of the evidence, and guess what? We did a face-to-face. And we're like, okay, so what are you talking about? And the YouTuber was someone that we trusted not to leak those documents, and we're like, what's this? And they're like, so John Real Casimiro, what I have in front of me is blah, 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 and I can verify that this is what I have in my hand. And there's a screenshot of it being sent, and blah, 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 right? And then you have this stage. Like, don't be this back and forth Twitter, this I'm going to do a one-way video. That's not a boss move. You want a boss move? You either say it right in front of my face or we go live. And then we'll see who's lying.
Right. Simple as that.
Facts.
Exactly.
Need to say more? See it, Jappy?
Oh, okay, Rachel. I appreciate you.
Nice
Drop
to meet you.
Rachel. Rachel, drop your link. This Upper Echelon
See it.
Sports Bar. I'm gonna subscribe
Call
to you.
this man, call him See It Yappy. All he do is yap.
Oh, I'll post it in the back, but we haven't done anything. I've been telling Nonito, and he's like, yeah, we'll start doing stuff. Yeah, and then he flakes on me, and he's it's Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel. I'll put it in the back. But
Now,
if it's Beyond the Ring...
That way
Huh?
Does Nonito have any? Is he gonna fight again?
So that's a secret. And if I pull this shit off, then I better get Manager of the Year. Jesus Christ.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna be waiting and watching.
All right, I will.
Is y'all still working with Richard?
Yeah, we'll see him over at the BC.
Told you, man. Richard a good dude, bro.
Yeah, Richard the hell of a dude. I
Yeah,
like
Richard don't get the respect he deserves.
Good luck with everything, Rachel. Hopefully you do pull it off, whatever it may be.
Hey, I've made some. Trust me, when the Frampton fight happened, they're like, "There's no way. There's no way." He was in the WESS tournament, and Richard's like, "Can you get him into 18?" I was like, "I can get him into 18. Trust me." And they're like, "How the hell?" And then he lost to Inoue the first time, and they're like, "No, Nito's done." Put him up in against Ubali, who everyone counted him out again. I mean, like, there's just shifts and moves that I'm gratefully able to make.
The Ryan Burnett win, that's big time.
Yeah, but that was within the WBSS, so that was a tournament style that went down. But every single time they're like, "There's nowhere for him to go." I'm like, "Watch me, I'll make his own lane. I don't need to follow anyone else's." Anyway, gentlemen, I'm gonna go change. I will talk to you guys later.
Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, kid, that dude, man, that dude just, bro, you can't trust no Terence Crawford, bro. Damage control like a motherfucker. Hey, I see y'all boy though, man. Could get that plant fight, bro.
Man, bro, that's what I'm excited about.
That's
bro.
a great fight.
Hell yeah,
That's
that's a
the
great
fight
fight.
that I've been wanting for so long.
But you know what?
I tried to hold my composure when I forgot the lady that dropped the news in here told me, man, I wanted to jump up out of my seat when I heard that.
All the people that were trashing Al Haymon and PBC talking about they don't get no fights done and blah blah. You don't have to watch Plant versus Benavidez. Don't watch it. Spend your money on Crawford and what's his name again?
David Sneak. What's that?
I've been sneezing.
Spend your money on that instead. You don't got to watch what's going on over at PBC.
Hey, money. money. But before you got in here earlier, right? I was talking about how Fred was going on the whole rampage, like, ha, 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 David Benavidez and Uskaki, the fight's off, ha, they don't have no money. I said, they don't have no money. That's why the fight's off. They couldn't pay David Benavidez and Uskaki. And then now I want to know what Fred got to say about this.
Like I say, bro, they not, and even with the Earl situation, are they trying to fuck Bud over? Oh, they ain't got this, they ain't got that, right? They keep worrying about the money that these people got, bro. Like, why y'all in their pockets, fam?
Pocket watch.
Why y'all in their pocket? Yeah, they want them to fail so bad, bro.
I've never seen somebody that wants another man to fail so bad, like it's gonna do something for you.
Right, bro. Ain't gonna do nothing for you, bro. That shit don't feed you, don't do nothing, fam. Look, you gotta let the fucking grudge go, man. The animosity, all that shit is bad energy, bro. It makes you look bad. It holds you back from prospering. You talking about you supposed to be prospering. You can't be worrying about the next man and their business and what they doing. Because Al Haymon ain't giving two shits about what Fred's talking about or what Fred thinking. Al Haymon don't wake up with no Fred on his mind. Al Haymon don't even, like, that man got so much going on.
He don't even know who the hell Fred is.
To be real with you, you know what I mean? He probably like, come on, man. So at the end of the day, man, Al Haymon over there making boss moves with Steven Espinoza, and this is a big ass fight. You feel me? And they ain't gonna come back. Motherfucker gonna come back. This fight not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just like motherfuckers go wish they go wish the best for it not to happen, bro. But man, fuck that, bro. This is big time for PBC. This is big time for us. You know what I'm saying? 2023 might be one of the best years in boxing. Like, we got to look at what
David Avalanche.
David
Avalanche in them.
Rolling and shit.
David Avalanche in them.
We know this boy don't stand a chance. But people trying to say, oh, Terence Crawford finna have a spectacular. We gonna let y'all know right now, all above fanatics, the fact and I said motherfucker that's running. He's going to have a fucking phenomenal performance. Of course, it's another C-plus fighter. He's going to be able to switch orthodox left. He's going to be able to go around, one hand behind the back, bolo punch, shuffle, every fucking thing you win around with defense. He's going to be able to do all that shit, right?
He's going to
look spectacular. Hold on. He's going to be able to look spectacular. And then we got to hear y'all ass come back. Oh, and then Earl go fight another tough opponent, right? Probably dog it out, get the win 8-4. And Bud looked so good in his performance. And Errol Spence, motherfucker, because he fight top level competition. That's what happens when you fight top level competition. You can't do all that pretty little shit that y'all be thinking that you can do against top motherfuckers. He ain't do that none of that pretty shit against Sean Porter that wasn't even motivated. So yeah, put his ass in the ring with Errol Spence and watch his ass get dogged out, bro.
Hey, Money, check this out, right? You see how they saying David Avanezian? They saying he a tough fight. He a good fighter, right?
Nigga knocked out his last 6 opponents. 6-0.
Yeah, let me ask you a question then, right? So that must mean that win that Earl got over Lamont Peterson, that must be an A-class win then, because I remember the David Avanezian and Lamont Peterson fighting. He beat that nigga from pillar to post. Lamont Peterson was from pillar to post, had him hurt in 3 rounds, about stopped him.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know they gonna do hype that shit up, bro. We know what they doing.
Lamont Peterson win must be that much better then, because if you said Avanezian is a good fight, Lamont Peterson, who Earl stopped.
And y'all, hold on real quick. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. The like button is free to hit. So I know a lot of people, it's easy for y'all to forget to hit the like button, but smash the like button. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the like button.
You hating if you don't hit the like button. It's free. It ain't costing you nothing.
You know, we up here giving y'all free game. Free game. I mean, a lot of y'all think y'all know everything, you know, but and Rachel Donaire, she gave y'all a lot of game.
Exactly.
I know it's gonna go in one ear and out the other for most of y'all, but you know, some will take it in, and she gave y'all a lot of game from somebody that's deep in the game, that's a manager that's been doing this for years and years and years, and manages Nonito Donaire. And I believe that she manages Kazumara too. I think.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Oh, she does? Okay.
Casimiro? No, they got beef.
They got beef.
I know they had beef, but I thought they cleared it up. I thought they, I know they had problems with each other.
I don't think they swung that.
They cleared all that up, I believe.
Oh shit! I say he had to get out on his knees and say sorry about that shit. Because
I think they cleared it up, but I don't know. But I mean,
hey man, what's that boy name? Boy, what the fuck do they have to do with anything? Mike Hunt, y'all blame Bud, but Spence ain't no saint either, man. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro,
We
it's not
talking about
about
this one
who's the same and
situation,
who's
man.
not. It's about right and what's wrong. Like
Come on,
Bud ain't going
Spence.
about this situation the right way. You can't put none of this on Spence. Spence sat back and he did what he was supposed to do.
Oh, Nick J say she helped him out of a situation. Okay, Nick J, so they probably did do something. Key, you probably right. Nick J say she helped him out of a situation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and my thing is this, Key. The thing is, Bud sat up there and lied to everybody, fam, and nobody is holding his feet to the fire. This is shit that I'm talking about. Listen, if it would have came out that Bud was getting no guarantee and Errol Spence was getting a guarantee, I would have blasted that shit and I'd have been like, that's some fucked up shit, and I understand, bro. Like, let's be real. I would have been like, I understand, but it came out that Errol Spence wasn't getting a guarantee neither. Second of all, he told y'all he was getting no transparency, none whatsoever. Errol Spence blasted his ass. He got transparency. Not only did he say he got the transparency, Earl put the 3 things out that he wanted transparency on. Go read and understand what the fuck y'all looking at. He put the 3 things out there that the man wanted transparency on. He said yes to everything. What Bud come back and say? Why? Well, y'all try to wait till I got the shaking and moving and then try to show me everything. Like, dude, what the fuck is you talking about? We're negotiating.
Shaking and moving.
Yeah, you been shaking and moving. You come with motherfucking deals behind our back. And not only that, Earl say these the same 3 things that was in the first contract. So if Errol Spence lying, right? If Earl say everything you asked for that they said yes to, if it's in the first contract, that's transparency. Yo, non-understanding ass don't know what the fuck you reading or know what you looking at. That's why you didn't trust the lawyers when they told your ass. That's why you wanted to talk to Al Haymon to try to get understanding, bro. But and that's why Al kept telling his ass, man, calm down, bro. Like you acting like you don't know what the fuck you looking at, bro.
But the thing is, money, right? You want Al to tell you the ins and the outs, and you want him to tell you all these things, right? But you don't want to hire Al Haymon, right? It sounds like to me that you need to be hiring Al Haymon to advise you. Because you don't trust nobody around you. You don't trust your lawyers. Well, and then you want Al Haymon to tell you all the ins and the outs. Why don't you hire Al Haymon?
Exactly.
Why don't you hire Al Haymon? And the thing is, right, he thinks that he's supposed to get just the greatest deal from PBC, but he doesn't want to go with PBC and sign a multi-fight deal with them or like I said, hire Al Haymon to advise him. Because if you hire Al Haymon to advise him, now Al Haymon works for you. Now it's Al Haymon's job to not only give Errol Spence the best deal he can get him, to also give you the best deal that he can get you. Right? Now, you're not with Al Haymon. He don't have nothing to do with you. He's not obligated to do anything in your favor. He's not obligated to do anything in your favor. So now it's up to you to have lawyers that you trust to get you the best deal, right? They're obligated to work for you, not Al Haymon. And it's crazy that he doesn't understand that.
Yeah, bro, and that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. But dude, you like he got what he was looking for, bro. He never wanted to fight. That's just what it come down to. When we saying he wanted to fight this, that, and all that shit, he was looking for ways out of the fight. That's why he was creating controversy. Al and Earl weren't creating controversy. He was creating controversy. He saw that 25 million with whoever he was talking about, bro, and he wanted it. He wanted it bad, fam. He wanted. That's why he kept bringing that shit up. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, like if they make their money back, high risk, high reward for them. No, Negro, it's high risk, high reward for the fighters, not for no fucking damn. You want to get them everything that's on the back end. Your ass take 25, and then guess what you gonna be doing once you see all that motherfucking money piling in? If it's more than what you expected, we need to sue them now, like you try to do Bob Byrne. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, ain't nobody finna follow no motherfucking ways of Terence Crawford. You finally get set free from Bob Byrne. Now you know all the ins and the outs. Now you the big shot. Or I am actually sitting at the table. Errol Spence not sitting at the table. Nigga, this your first time seeing your black ass at the table.
But he's sitting at the table, but he don't understand shit that's going on.
Don't understand shit. Okay, Al, well, how about I say
nothing that's going on?
I'll tell
that's
you.
Like me trying to go, right? That's like me trying to get into negotiations and sit at the table with Al Haymon, right? and then Rachel going sitting at the table with Al Haymon, and I'm acting like I know more than she do.
Right.
That's like I know more than she do. You know what I'm saying?
Money Brown is my fighter, Al. Money Brown is my fighter, Al, and I'm not gonna budge until I get at least 55%. And yeah, I know it's our first time doing business. You don't know shit about me, but I need you to open up them books. I need to see a transparency about where all this money coming from. You
That's
know,
like you going to see
oh, it's
Migo
crazy,
and
bro.
don't speak no Spanish. You going to holler at the Migo for the plug and you don't speak no Spanish. They sit there talking all around your ass. You don't know what the hell being said.
It's foreign language, right? Upper echelon, it's foreign language to your ass, bro. But upper echelon, you said some real
let me
shit
get
the
this
first
super
time.
chat real quick. My man Steve Jones says a lot of gems drop tonight. Salute and salute to you. And T Bibbs, hey, my man T Bibbs in the building. Salute. I know T Bibbs. Hey, he don't like to hear this. That's his boy.
Man, T Bibbs, one of them faking ass dudes too. Him and Trevion Crawford.
I fuck with T Bibbs. He cool.
I fuck with Navy. I fuck with Navy.
T Bibbs, that's my dude, but they be on some bullshit over there.
Yeah, I fuck with
you know.
But Upper Echelon said some real shit. Upper Echelon, like when you said about the record coming, that's just what Bud did, bro.
Yeah,
you seen that up front, right? You seen the up front, and you ain't never. Well, I ain't gonna say he ain't never had shit, but that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? You see the money and you snatch that shit, but once that shit gone, these motherfuckers got the rest, all the rights, everything for the rest of the life. Like nigga, you and Earl can go out here and put down a motherfucking a masterpiece, and that fight can make money for generations. You feel me? But guess what? You ain't getting a dime of that shit no more because you just signed all the goddamn rights away.
We used to do people like that.
Yeah, bro. So it's like when you sit up there and you look at the game, bro, you got to sit down and listen and like you say, Keith, how if you want to understand the shit, but if you hire Al Haymon, then it's like you're knocking Bomac because you knock Bomac ass out the way. Bomac ain't the manager no more. We see that he's not speaking for Bud no more. So I think that caused a little controversy. But you know, I think he's probably got some say so. But Bomac was the man that was going in there making the deals. Now he's sitting down with lawyers and shit.
He done cut Bo out. That's the problem. He done cut Bo all the way out the picture.
Yeah,
that's why
Bo out. Now Bomac only getting that manager's fee. He ain't getting that. I mean, he only getting that trainer's fee. He ain't getting that manager fee no more. But Jay Miller says Crawford sits at the table in the high chair in the bib. Hey man,
for real, bro. He a baby in that shit, bro. Like you can't come to the game with motherfuckers that's been doing. And Key, this is the thing that fucked me up too, bro. When he told Al, how about I get me and my lawyer, and I just come to the table. You get you and Spence, and we just saw. Man, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, bro. Then Al tell him that ain't never happened in the history of boxing. He gonna say, well, it's the first for everything. Man, come on, bro.
Tell me this, right? Why does he saying that what really got me is he's telling, Errol Spence, if you really a boss and you really is, why don't we do the negotiations in public next time?
Right.
What? Who does negotiations on Twitter? Like you want this man to get on Twitter and do the negotiations in public with you. Like, and he was serious in his mind. That's supposed to be like a thing to do. Let's do something that nobody else has done before. Let's do something new and innovative. Let's do the negotiations in public. Call Al Haymon, right? Get your advisor, Al Haymon. We're all gonna do this in public. Like this dude is crazy, bro. He don't want to fight. He does not want. And now he looking at $10 million. Like, oh shit, I'm talking big shit now. I got 10 mil. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah. 999. You gotta think about it, Key. He was gonna go get 10 fighting Manny Pacquiao, right? So it's like, it came back around. So, man, we know who Bud is. Bud, a dude that we all know in the hood that he want to crack jokes on everybody, but then as soon as you crack a joke and hurt his feelings, he ready to whoop your ass. So it's like the dude, man, like salute to him though. Look, get your money.
Nobody negotiates in public. Who does that? Like that's crazy. He wanted. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, then I understand you got a family to feed, $10 million, right? My whole it's not about him taking a fight, bro. It's just how he did this shit to me, bro. Just so backstabbing, bro. And you can't trust no dude like that, bro. How the fuck could you just run out the back door, but you expect us to sit at the table with you again and go over this same shit? Like, bro, it just like to me, it really just it's common sense, bro. Like we ain't gonna get nowhere with no Terence Crawford in this fight, bro. So, like, if it happened, I'll be happy, but I'm not sitting up. Waiting for that shit to come back around or you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, we gotta have this fight now. You just look forward to Errol Spence fighting who he fight and see if he go to 154.
I think it'll happen though, Brandon, because
Rachel,
happened.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you see when Bud challenged Errol Spence to do the negotiations in public?
I mean, if you do you really want everyone to know like that much? I mean, like I think there's certain. I mean, pretty much everyone kind of knows already, right? But is different when it's legal. They're not going to show every single clause in the contract because of confidentiality. But if they want to say and really be transparent with all the numbers and all that stuff, then I mean, I'm all for it. Shoot, like I'm tired of. I'll tell you right now, like whenever we send over an offer for someone to fight Nonito, they freaking overprice themselves, and like people are like, "Oh well, I mean, does he not want to fight? Do you not want to fight?" And it's like, man, we freaking offered it, and they freaking countered with 5 times of whatever they've never made in their damn life. You know, so there's things like that that are irritating, because the word duck is so used in boxing today that I feel like some transparency or some accountability, like I said with for example, when you're putting a bid on a house that you want to purchase, and you put the bid, the owner replies that he received the bid, and then his response to the bid, like a counter offer or a decline, right? But there's nothing like that. It's all freaking talk. There's no emails. It's just like, hey, would you fight for this kind of thing? And they have all the right to decline. But without any accountability of people, you know, receiving the offer and counter and saying and having some kind of paper trail that, yeah, you did receive the offer, people can run their mouth and say whatever they want on social media, and they're applauded for it.
Right. Now, my whole thing is like he's saying, let's do everything in the open on social media, whatever, in the public. Right? He knows that Al Haymon is a very private man. Al Haymon ain't gonna stand for that. Never.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like no one's gonna want their how they play their business. Like for me, I don't really care, right? Because it's not like for what I do is a secret. Like I negotiate Nonito's purses, and I'll pull chains, and I'll freaking redline shit all over the place. I wanted to take out my red line yesterday on Twitter because I'm like, Jesus, like I feel like I need to be a teacher and redline most of this stuff out. But with a contract, like it's usually pretty damn simple. This whole zero guarantee got thrown into the mix, and I'm going to. I've heard from numerous journalists, big time writers in the boxing, that there was a guarantee on the table and it just was thrown out. Like for example, if we were to assume, right? Well, Bob gave him a guarantee of $5 million, right? And if that was what you believed that you were worth, because you had just come from a company that was able to give you that guarantee, then you're going to go into the free market and be like, well, shoot, I should be 15 or I should be 20. And they can't provide that to you. They give you an option B, and it might not sound like the best option for you because now you don't have a guarantee. Now you're stepping into a whole complete different realm of nets, right? And a complete different model. So, for example, I'll tell you a deal that I worked out a while ago on a manufacturing side of something. They have me. Like they wrote out the contract and everything like that for distributorship, and then it said like net 30, and I was like, okay, so what's the net? And they're like, what do you mean what's the net? I was like, what's the net? And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, how much is this? Where are we sourcing it from? Blah 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 blah. And they're like, well, you know where it is, but we don't want to give you the actual breakdown of all the pieces and parts and all the stuff, right? And where the kitting is and all. I'm like, okay. Then don't tell me it's a projected amount. I need to know my commission based on every unit of sale. And they're like, fought me on it for a bit. I was like, it's either you open everything on how you're doing your business, which I know a lot of it already, but I don't know like down to the cent. Then you're going to give me a set commission. And whether or not yours it fluctuates, because business does fluctuate based on the fuel prices right now, right? If shipping is a concern and it's from the East Coast to the West Coast, of course that shipping is going to be different, and the projections for the commission are going to be different. I don't want that. I just want to know on the sale itself. I don't care about all your other operational costs. Give me my commission based on the sale of the product. So that's how, I mean, I even work outside of the industry. Now, what I did do to put an insurance on the back end is the company hired Nonito to they contracted Nonito to create marketing material for them because Nonito's a graphic designer. And instead of paying him, I actually had him get given stock of the company and equity. So now I'm on both sides of the fence. Anyway.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's a whole lot of game.
That was brilliant, Rachel. That was a brilliant move. If I don't say so
Fred
myself,
Taylor wanted
brilliant.
that from Brandon Marshall, Key. But Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor from damn, what's the football thing? Yeah, he was talking about the equity where he ain't want no contract. He like, I want equity, bro. I want a percentage of this shit.
Oh yeah, that's why a lot of them got into it with Brandon Marshall over that podcast because
that's how the pivot got made.
They wanted transparency, and that's he got Fred Taylor got into it with him, and then what's the other
Chaney.
Yeah.
Chaney Crowder.
Yeah, Crowder got into it with him over there too. That's why they fell apart. But let me read this super chat real quick. Hubert Johnson says, salute good people. Hold on, my phone ringing. Salute good people. I've said this time and time again, Bud doesn't understand the business of boxing. And if you can't see it, you must be on the short bus. And salute to you, man, Hubert Johnson. Appreciate you. And then my man, my man Charles and Charles says, Terence Crawford moving like Ryan Garcia. And salute to you, man. Appreciate you in that super chat. He doesn't understand because he's never had to deal with it. He had Bob Arum, and then he had Bomac managing him. So Bomac was dealing with all those things, so you can't just overnight know everything about the business, sit down at the table when you've never had to do it before. That's like I said earlier, that's like me going in and thinking I know more than Rachel does. Like, come on now, who does that? But like you said,
it's business 101. First of all, there's business 101, and then there's business boxing, right? So to understand business boxing, you really should understand how business works first, and then translate that over to the business of boxing, which is more of a it's like a flowing kind of water that'll change any direction because of the fact that there is no real corporate structure or anything like that. It's a wild, wild west.
Thank you.
So when I negotiate these things, like in where my career outside of boxing, it's easy as shit. Like I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Well, based on this, no, blah 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 blah. But in boxing, like you literally get hit with things that you didn't see coming. It's like you're boxing outside of the ring. But if you don't understand business to begin with, like net and gross, I don't know how many times I've explained net and gross to people on YouTube. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't understand net and gross? You do your taxes, right? Like, or maybe you don't. I don't know. Like, how do you not understand this? And I have to also understand that people do have different careers in their life, and my career is contracting. And so I'm all day about, legal verbiage and the laws of contracting, what's allowed and what's not, and what I'm entitled to. And then the other half, of course, is what I hustle for. And that hustle was Nonito freaking getting hired on and having equity, which makes him a shareholder in the company, which means I'm going to have transparency anyway because they have to answer to Nonito. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's putting all these things in place and not being afraid to ask, because literally people go, oh, well, they don't give me training expenses. I'm like, well, did you ask? No.
Mouth don't get fed.
That's a boss move. What you did, putting Nonito and giving him a share of the company, getting him to get a share of that's a boss move. That is a boss move right there.
Just bring chess and checkers right there. Hey, Rachel, I put my link in the back if you can subscribe to me in the back of the chat.
Let me ask Rachel a question. Would you agree when I got this little theory to tell people you cannot compare boxing to any other sport, right? So let's just say you and Nonito, right? Let's just say y'all negotiated for a $240 million contract, right? Let's not even say 240. Just say $100 million contract. But let's just say it was 4 fights for 100. Well, no, let's just say 4 fights for $100 million. would y'all care who would be on that contract, or would y'all just be like, okay, we know we set with 100 million outside of, you know what, we gotta not not cherry pick, right? Because I know Nonito fought every goddamn body, but at the same time, watch who you fight in the game, right? Because you got to move a certain way. It's chess, not checkers. So it's different. Like if y'all had a contract with a set base where, you know, like, okay, shit, we guaranteed bring on anybody, win, lose, or draw, our paycheck will be the same compared to, you know, if I lose this fight, then I go to the next fight, you know, the money ain't gonna be as high as it was for the last fight, especially if you're not a big name like that. So would you agree that you can't compare boxing to other sports?
I agree because I think a lot of people continue to compare it to like the NBA salaries or the NFL salaries, and I'm like, dude, there's a whole goddamn team that if you get injured, like someone's gonna step in for you. The game's not going to be canceled, right? Within boxing, like if there is a contract that's that high level where they don't care who you fight, first of all, I would make sure that the opponents are mutually agreed upon, so then I'm not getting screwed. And then second, that if they don't offer you a mutually agreed upon opponent by a certain date, that you still get your damn paycheck because you still have to live up to your side of the commitment, but they will put in verbiage that if they offer it to you and you decline, then it counts as towards that we offered it to you and you declined, so you miss out on your check. So there's things like that that are really, really fun and tricky when things are, when a promoter decides to put it all on their favor as a decision maker. When it's your part of the career, you're the freaking reason why people are going to come and watch a fight, right? Second, to your point about losing, I don't know if I told you the story, but I did. There was a former world champion. He was a world champion at the time that he came to me, and he asked me to look over his contract. So I was like, sure. So I look it over, and he was going into a defense, and I said, hey, I was like, you might want to look at your fight contract. And he's like, I don't have it. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? You're fighting in a month. And he's like, well, they're gonna give it to me the fight week. I was like, bullshit, ask for it. And he's like, okay. So he goes, of course they give him some runaround bullshit about whatever, and he doesn't end up getting it. Comes to fight week, okay, he gets the contract. He goes, Rachel, like, what am I supposed to do? I go, dude, you're freaking weigh-ins tomorrow. I don't know what you think. You don't have any bargaining power. You're not gonna walk away. I know you. And he's like, yeah, okay. I go, but I'm telling you right now, you don't have a loss clause on that. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, if you lose this, you'll go back down to your minimum that they signed you for 3 years ago.
Damn.
They're legally able to do that to you. They're going to say they're not going to, whatever, but they don't have to. And sure enough, this young man lost. And he came crying to me 2 weeks after the fight when he got his big boy pants back on and wanted to take his lickings from me. And he goes, Rachel, they're offering me $25,000 for my next fight. And I go, I fucking told you.
Damn.
I told you. You did not put that insurance because you trust. I get it. You have all the ego in the world. You believe you're going to win. There's no one going to knock you off. I go, but that slight chance, you needed to put insurance on yourself that from the $250 you're making now, you're not going to go back to that $5,000 from 3 years ago.
Wow.
Man, that's a dirty business right there.
Wow.
God
That's crazy. Damn. That's crazy. But I mean, boxing is the dirt. We know. We've heard numerous stories, time and time again.
Don King.
And but Rachel, before we wrap it up, we got the news that Caleb Plant and David Benavidez is finally fighting. Man, how you feel about that fight? Like, you excited about that fight?
Oh yeah. I mean, they've been at each other's throats for a minute, haven't they?
For a long time.
So BC's they're mandating it? Is that how this is happening?
No, how it took place is first we heard that David Benavidez was supposed to fight Jose Uzgatiki, right? And then all of a sudden we heard that fight wasn't happening. That fight wasn't happening anymore. And then today popped up the announcement, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant, he posted, he said, I made it happen. I made it happen. Now, Caleb Plant previously had said, after I beat Darrell, I'm going to go immediately and try to fight David Benavidez. If we can get it done, that's the fight that I want next. But if they, if they're bullshitting around, I'm going to go and try to fight Jamal Charlo. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. So he made it happen.
I mean, that's great. When is it supposed to be?
But he said it's already signed. He said it's already signed and sealed, and he said basically like see y'all next year.
Benavidez said it's official. Benavidez versus Plant. You can't have from me anymore. I'll see you soon at Caleb Plant.
Yeah, that's a hell of a fight.
Oh, that is a hell of a fight. I'd love to do a fight breakdown another time. I have to pick up. I'm literally around the corner from picking up my boys, but I see that's what I like though. I like, okay, I'm gonna go after this guy. I'm telling you right now, if he doesn't, then I'm moving on. Like, just do it. Like, just all we want to fucking see is the fights in the ring. I think this Twitter BS has gotten people way too much into their emotion. I never want to hear again that women are too emotional, because I have seen so much more emotion in men this week than I have ever seen. So there's that. But like I said, back to Plant, I think he's on, he's on a roll. I think that shot why am I blanking? That Darrell took, like, that was something that Darrell did not see coming. It was a great, respectful hook. It was powerful, and it was uninterrupted. There was no hand there. You just took it right on the chin. So he's gonna come with a certain bravado because of how he ended his last fight in fashion. So let me know. Ping me on my Instagram when you guys are gonna do like a fight breakdown, especially when it's announced and it's coming closer. And I can get Nonito to weigh in on his thoughts, because sometimes we don't agree on who's gonna win.
Definitely, I would definitely hit you up on Instagram, and I appreciate you for coming through and just dropping knowledge to everybody.
Yeah, no worries. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Okay, I appreciate you, Rachel.
I put my link in the chat. I'm in the back room too, Rachel.
Okay, yeah, I'll go click. Okay, I see it. I'll click on it and then hit subscribe.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Everybody hit them likes. Hit them likes. Y'all getting world class. Y'all getting world class knowledge today. Y'all better hit them likes.
Yeah, y'all hit the like button. It's free. Let me get to my man Swad Jones says, show you right, Rachel. Men are emotional. It's crazy. And like I said, man, the best fights that we've gotten this year, in my opinion, was from the women. They put on. Like, to me, that's still my favorite card. The Clarissa Shields. And
Savannah Marshall.
Yeah, Savannah Marshall
and Baumgartner.
And Baumgartner. And yeah, that was the best fight card to me.
Yeah, but Amanda and Katie, they put on too, because that shit was.
Amanda and Katie also.
Bro.
They showing out. The men got to step up, because, like Rachel said, they talking a lot on Twitter, but they not making these fights happen. So now we got Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, man. That shit is awesome. That shit is awesome. Man,
Key,
y'all have?
Key, you think Caleb Plant got enough power to keep David Benavidez honest?
Well, what I like is I like that Caleb Plant has a new trainer, because I think that his old trainer got him to a certain point to where he wasn't going to get him any further. I like that he's working with Breadman. I think that he's going to continue getting better working on Breadman, because we got to think this was his first training camp with Breadman. His first training camp. So I think he's going to continue improving.
Yeah, that was a power.
But like I said, man, I favor David Benavidez, because I've seen Caleb Plant fade, like in the back half of a fight. In order for Caleb Plant to deal with David Benavidez, he's going to have to come in the fight in 15-round shape. He can't afford to fade against David Benavidez, because once you start fading, and his movements slow down, his reflexes slow down. David Benavidez, he never gets tired. That's one thing we know about him. He's not going to get tired. So you're going to have to come into this fight in 15-round shape. I like this fight, though. I love this fight. Been wanting to see this fight since 2017. Hubert Johnson, real quick in the super chat, he says, if you don't know, get someone who does business one-on-one. Exactly. If you don't know, get somebody who does. That's business one-on-one. And it's crazy because Crawford, he talking shit because Errol Spence has Al Haymon, but I guarantee you 10, 15 years from now, Errol Spence is going to be doing a lot better than he is because he has Al Haymon. But, you know, some people, you can't tell them shit. But anyway, Aisha says, does Benavidez work with PBC? Yes. He is advised by Al Haymon, and he's managed by Samson Legwich. Yeah. But what was you saying, Money?
Oh, I was going to answer Aisha, but no, you hit everything on the head. I'll give it 120, bro.
Well, that new power that Caleb got, like, because he showed me a different wrinkle when he fought Darrell, because I ain't seen him hit hard like that before. So he gonna have to be able to keep Benavidez honest, because if not, you know, Benavidez will walk straight through something if he don't respect the power.
Yeah, he will. But I've always said, and Money can test to this, I've always said that David Benavidez has a lot more power than what he showed in the Canelo fight, right? But he was, I don't want to say he was scared. He was so worried about what was coming back at him from Canelo. Huh?
Caleb Plant. You said
Caleb Plant. My bad. Caleb Plant. He was so worried about what was coming back at him from Canelo, he wouldn't sit down on none of his shots. When he sits down on his power, he has respectable power. Now, of course, he don't hit the hardest, but he has respectable power, but he don't always show it because he, you know what I'm saying, he's moving around too much, and you know what I'm saying? But when he sits down on his shit, he can crack. And he has very fast hands, and it's the shot that you don't see. It's the shot that you don't see that hurts you. Now, it's yet to be seen if he can hit hard enough and if he's going to commit. It's not about if he can hit hard enough. It's about if he's going to commit to make David Benavidez respect him. If he's not willing to commit and make David Benavidez respect him, then we're going to see David Benavidez, you know, maybe take him out in the later rounds or overwhelm him or just because David Benavidez, he don't hit the hardest neither. But he beats you down with accumulation. He tires you out and he just go and go and go and go. And most of these fighters, they're not in 15-round fighting shape, but David Benavidez is. So the 12th round, he still ain't tired because he in 15-round fighting shape. 11th round, he's still throwing punches like it's the 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he has over most of all of his opponents that he fight. He overwhelms them. Plus, he's throwing shots at all different angles. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing shots, and he go to the body, the head. He's throwing shots on the move. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing shots from all different angles, and he just overwhelms.
Yeah, now I think about it, neither one of them got no show-stopping power. They both, I think.
He just overwhelms you. So
I'm gonna say this though. I want to get Plant though. All of just doing the work because to go from Canelo to Darrell to Benavidez, he on a mission. You know what I'm saying? Like he feeling good. It's like okay, he got a taste of that level with Canelo, and then like the Darrell, that ain't no short stopping little fight. It ain't up there, but it's competition. And then you go into this David Benavidez fight, bro. That's gonna put you back on that high level. So you know he feeling good about himself and his confidence is up there. And he got a shot like this, like a 60-40 Benavidez for me, right? But Plant most definitely in this fight. It's just like you said, Key. It's gonna come down to that second half from the 7 on. Like it's that conditioning there, bro. Is you gonna be able to withstand that motherfucking that pressure from Benavidez because he coming for sure. He coming. Right, and could you hit him enough to get his respect? You know what I mean? Now we seen Benavidez going on with other cats that was tough motherfuckers that took the shot, you know, until the later rounds. But you know, we seen Caleb Plant Chin, we seen him go down, and once you start dropping them hands, and Benavidez, if he still got that ump to him in that second half, You know, the shit could get ugly, but man, it's just a hell of a fight, bro. Like
Yeah.
I picked Benavidez to win, like I say 60-40, but I'm looking at that fight as a fan and a spectator. Like that's gonna be a good ass scrap.
I think it's a 50-50 type of fight. But like I said, I do, slightly favor David Benavidez, but you don't know because Caleb Plant, he's fought the tougher competition now to this day. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how somebody is going to look until they get in the ring with the top competition. And I got to say, man, I got to take my hat off to David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, and especially Caleb Plant for saying what he was going to do. He was a man and did exactly what he said he was going to do. Like I said earlier, he said, look, after I take this fight with Darrell, after I beat Darrell ass, he said, I'm going straight into, and I'm trying to make a fight with David Benavidez. If they're bullshitting around and we can't get it done, I'm going straight to Jamal Charlo. And we're going to see if we can make the fight with Jamal Charlo. I think this basically shows that David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, they are men of their word, right? And we rarely get this in boxing nowadays. That's why Nonito Donaire is respected so highly. He's fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? Never ducked nobody. Been a man of his word from day one. And so you got to respect fighters like that. And I hate to say it, Money, and I hate to bring his name up, but Jamal Charlo, bro, this puts more pressure on him. He got to do something, dog.
Most definitely. He got
to do something. He has now a fight that's very makeable. Him and Carlos Adames, right? He got to fight him.
Now, Carlos Adames he at 160?
160, yes.
Carlos Adames, he moved up?
I believe he's at 160. Carlos Adames fight at 160, bro. He just beat Juan Montiel, knocked him out, and before that he beat beat the dude that Charlo beat, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? He fought Triple G.
Derevyanchenko.
Sergey Derevyanchenko. Right? Yeah, he's at 160, and Carlos Adames has been calling him out. Now that you don't have Caleb Plant, nor do you have Benavidez on the table for your next fight at 168. Now they cleared a way for you to stay at 160 pounds. So now you got to fight Adames.
You got to, bro. You got to fight somebody.
You don't have no excuse to say, oh, well, I'm not at 160. You don't have no excuses. You got to fight that man now. And I believe Adames is mandatory. So I want to see that fight.
Yeah, you got to fight somebody with a goddamn pulse because you ain't been doing shit. Like I say, he just the odd man out right now with a damn title.
Right, with man. A title. I love, like, to me, man, this Plant and Benavidez fight is one of the biggest fights in boxing, bro. It is.
I just meant when he lost to Patrick Teixeira, that's why I was like, damn. But I didn't realize that he did fight. Old boy just knocked his ass out. That is at 160 because he.
But that was a hell of a fight, though.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying though. That's why I was remembering. That's why I was.
That was a toss-up fight.
Oh yeah, but I thought he was winning until Teixeira caught his ass and stopped.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's like but it's a hell of a fight with Charlo. Yeah, like Adames is a hell of a fighter. That's a hell of a fight, and that's a hell of a fight. Like we can respect that fight, but like you say, you got to do something, bro. Because if you sitting your ass there, you got this damn title, and you ain't fighting nobody. Your brother getting all the recognition. You out here, fucking off. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back and do something, dude, to get your name back in the hat. You feel me? But like I said, people might not think they might think I'm crazy, but if he beats somebody, he gonna end up getting that Canelo fight, bro. Charlo, talking about Charlo. If it's that, because I think he's thinking about going up, bro. And Key, you know how they get, like you say, when you saw that boy was big as a motherfucker. So who knows how big he is, bro? Who knows what the fuck he doing?
At this point in time, Money, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I know all of that. Oh man, he was Canelo's mandatory, and then this and that. Right now, bro, what you've done, you don't really deserve a Canelo Alvarez fight. To me, I don't know. Y'all can get mad if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't deserve a Canelo Alvarez fight because, bro, you haven't done nothing. You haven't, you haven't made the moves to make any fights happen.
The winner of Plant,
I'd rather Jamel Charlo move
most
up
definitely beat her.
Jamel.
I'm talking about Jamal Charlo. All right, now Jamel Charlo, he putting on.
Would you agree, though, Key?
Doing great things.
Would you agree, Key? Like
What?
the winner of Caleb Plant and Benavidez should be right there, even though he fought Caleb Plant already.
Yep. He ain't gonna win it. Plant gonna get whooped anyway. But you right, money. Both of them guys gonna deserve to fight each other.
You said the winner between Benavidez and Plant.
Yeah, she'll be right there again for Canelo.
Yeah, because I mean,
hell
if you
yeah.
stand at 168, who else is better for you to fight between than the win? Because people act like Caleb Plant. I think that real talk. We saw what happened in the first fight with Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant, right? Now, let's just say, right? Let's say Caleb Plant beats David Benavidez, right? He goes into a Canelo fight with much more experience, and I think it'll be a much more difficult fight this time. Win, lose, or draw. Because, I mean, he went 11 rounds and he gassed out. That's what he did. He gassed out from the body punch, from the body shots and everything that was going on, right? He gassed out and got caught. But I think if he beat Benavidez, it's a bigger fight at that point in time.
Yeah.
You already have history, and you go into the fight, and I think you make it a much, much tougher fight. And, you know, the odds are even closer. Benavidez going to that fight and beats Caleb Plant. And say he beats Caleb Plant in better fashion than Canelo does. That fight is huge. Benavidez might be the favorite going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? Within the fans. But so yeah, man, I definitely agree.
Keon.
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with one of Bud Crawford's friends.
Uh-huh.
I just got off the phone. TD called him up and we was on FaceTime. And I
with
asked
Bud?
him, I was on FaceTime with one of Bud Crawford's close friends, right?
Okay.
Because TD do jewelry for him, right? So he goes, he said, I said, say, bro, how come your man fighting man, you know what it is. How come he fighting David Avenesian, bro? Why, man, you answer the question. Why is he not, why Bozy, they didn't call Bozy Ennis or Virgil Ortiz? Why he fighting another bum, bro? And he kept trying to get off y'all know what it is, why the fight ain't happening between him and Smith. Nah, I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is. Man, y'all know what it is. I'm like, niggas, explain. And then I'm like, nigga, explain to me why he keep on picking bums, bro. Why your man is fighting David Avenesian when they got other top fighters that's there that he could have fought? Why is that? And the nigga couldn't answer the question, bro. Like, he kept on beating around him. But nah, I'm not. And you know how I am. I'm not going to let him get off the fucking subject.
Right.
I'm not going to let you evade the motherfucking question, nigga. Answer the question. Why is he fighting David Avenesian when Boots Anderson is right there and Virgil Ortiz is right there? And he, man, y'all know why that fight ain't happening. Nah, nigga, I don't care about it. Let's forget about the Spence fight. Why is he fighting a bum like he keep collecting bums on as trophies? So the nigga collecting a 3-point deal instead of collecting an 8-point. I don't understand, my nigga. And the nigga can't answer.
He won't go answer, coach.
He ain't gonna answer. He can't answer. He's not going to answer it. That's the thing. But man, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Man. We've been on here for 3 hours now, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But I want to get everybody last word, and I want everybody to let everybody in here know what they got going on. So before y'all get out of here, y'all stay so y'all can hear what my brothers got going on their channels, and make sure that y'all are sub to everybody up here on this panel. First, and let me go sub myself to Rachel and Nonito Donaire's channel, because she did put her link in here. Hold on. It's beyond the ring with Nonito Donaire, with Nonito and Rachel. Beyond the ring with Nonito and Rachel. That's their YouTube channel. I think she said they don't have too much content on it, but they're gonna be doing some things on the channel. So make sure that y'all go sub to them also. Beyond the ring with Nonito and Rachel. Coach, man, I know you know what I'm saying, you doing your business and everything, man. So you haven't been able to do content, and I know how
Right.
that is. I've been there.
Give me a job, coach.
Let everybody know, man, when you gonna be back, what you got going on.
Man, we the queen on her way out here to Texas right now, man. So I'm waiting to pick her up. But man, y'all know it. Love Up Boxing and more, bro. Y'all go subscribe to my channel and go on Instagram and check out TD Jewelers, bro. Y'all go check him out, bro. I'm telling you, nigga got some
Yeah,
fly ass pieces.
you know, I'm already subbed to him on Instagram
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, man.
Hold on,
That's all, bro.
what's his thing on Instagram? You say
TD,
what is it?
TD Jewelers. He a black
Money.
jeweler, bro.
He'll make you he'll make you the Money Brown pendant too.
Oh yeah, he'll make
He
anything
cold. He
you want,
cold
bro.
with it.
Yeah, he cold,
Okay.
bro.
I just followed.
And look, he trying to give me an exclusive with Errol Spence, bro. So he working on
Oh
that.
man, give me what's my percentage gonna be then? The percentage got to go down. I got the exclusive with Errol Spence right now. What's the percentage?
Now I'm talking about a sit down, talk face to face exclusive, bro. Serious.
That's dope.
So he
That's
trying
dope,
to
man.
get that because him and Errol Spence best friend is real close. So yeah.
All right, tell him I'm gonna hit him up though, coach.
All right, he right here in the car with me, man. We on our way back from Dallas right now. We in Houston now.
Yeah, man, tell him you gotta have some deals out there for a young nigga.
And y'all hit the like, and y'all hit the like button.
Look, money, check it out. Look.
What up, bro?
What's going down, champ?
With you, man.
Not much, man.
Yeah.
Been listening to y'all debate all day long.
Hey, you gotta have a deal for a young black man in the ghetto, man. I ain't rich, you feel me?
I got you, man. Come with your bread. I got you. Don't worry.
All right, I'm hit you up, bro. I'm hit you up.
All right, I'm looking out for y'all.
All right.
Like I said, I need that everything boxing joint. Man,
Yeah, bro.
real.
He can put all that together, bro. No problem. And if y'all trying to give a girl a ring or something, bro, don't go to that.
Nobody give no girls no ring. We talk about our own jewelry, man.
Ain't no sipping over there.
Okay, I'm gonna see your mama.
Money speaking for himself. I am eventually. So money speaks. So I'm gonna have to definitely holler at him about that.
Yeah, bro, don't go waste your money at them jewelry stores, dog.
My mama want cash. She'll throw that mother ring back. Nigga, how much you spend for that?
You can get it all done custom, bro, and gonna cost you a lot less than what it would in them stupid little jewelry stores that's killing people, bro. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said,
and they run off with your jewelry, you can't get it back.
A great show. Y'all make sure that y'all sub Glove Up Boxing and more. That's Coach. Y'all know who he is. If y'all ain't sub to his channel, y'all need to be. Money. Make sure that you let them know what you got going on tonight. I know you got shit going on. Man, I know what you got going on. They might not know.
Roasting Terence Crawford season still in effect. Ain't nothing changed. Come through tonight, right? Come through tonight. We go break down. Terence Crawford got everything he asked for, right? He lied to the people. You know what I mean? And we just go break down the fact and nice. Everybody that's running behind Terence Crawford, the ones that want to say, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and third. Ain't nothing wrong with you want to get the 10 mil. It's the way you did it, bro. That's just some shiesty scandalous shit. You one of them niggas that are backdoor your back friend to me. So it's like when I see him do things like that, you know, we can't rock with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to be solid, and that one's solid. You talking about you was calling Errol Spence about this, that, but why you ain't call Errol Spence? Let him know you was about to make that next move and go do what you go do. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's be real. You want to talk about being real and all that shit. So at the end of the day, I just don't feel like that was fair. So you know, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother. Keep supporting. You know, big news he bring y'all. And, you know, we just going to continue to roast Terence Crawford and see what's next in this boxing game. But shouts out to Caden Plant and David Benavidez, or if you want to say David Benavidez and Caden Plant, however you want to put it. Shouts out to both of them, man, for making this big fight happen in boxing. I feel like when big fights happen like that in boxing, that shit should, like, spark a fire up under some of these fighters. Like, god damn, look how that shit went. Like, them girls, that shit, like he said, that shit was fire, bro. Watching them girls fight, the best of the best. Like that weekend, that shit took us away from everything, bro. Like back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, they should want to do that shit. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. But come through the night, y'all. We're going live 9:15 at 9:15 Central Time. Roasted Terence Crawford season, break it down, him lying about not getting transparency.
Man, but on some real shit money, we need that Richard Schaefer exclusive from you, man. We
Yeah.
need that. We need
He,
that.
he had hit me back and shit. You know, it was his birthday, so he was out with his family and shit, enjoying his birthday. So I ain't hit him back up after that though. When I hit him, he like, I'm out. I told him happy birthday and shit, but you know, he was enjoying his birthday with his family. He wasn't even in town, bro.
Yeah,
So
because you know, if Standing On This is not fighting Errol Spence, he gonna be on the undercard for sure.
yeah, him and Boots. It look like gonna be him and Boots. So shit,
Man, if him and Boots fight, bro,
ooh,
that shit fin. If Standing On This and Boots fight, like to me, like man, that's
might be the best
hell of a fight.
Yeah,
Huh?
like that, like that's man. If we get Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Standing On, and Jerron Boots, and it's Frank Morton, Old Boy, and Pitbull versus somebody.
If you do that, Terence
shit
Crawford, who? Ain't nobody
Right.
thinking about Terence Crawford no more. You put them fights all on
Ain't
one
nobody
card.
thinking about Terence Crawford no more, bro. They give us all those fights, bro, and that's look like what it's gonna be because Frank Moore's still in camp. So it's like, man, I think that card gonna be stacked, bro. That card gonna be stacked. I think we're gonna enjoy this pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Appreciate you, Money. Like I said, we will be over there later on
Yes, sir.
at Money
Yes, sir.
Brown TV. And my man, Upper Echelon, man. Upper Echelon, man. Let everybody know what you got going on.
Well, you know, I've been I'm just now getting back. You know, I had a few things take me out the way for a little while. Plus I got shadow banned 3 times in a row. You know, speaking my truth. But I'm about to start back going hard and everything. I got another page called the Upper Echelon Man. I'm gonna be teaching people how to be an alpha male out here, so you don't let these people run game on you. You know, it's a lot of men out here teaching men how to be men who weren't men from the get go. You know, a lot of simps trying to teach men how to be players and everything, but you know, when a simp get money, he's just a trick. You know,
Right.
that don't make you a daggone a stud just because you got money now. You feel me? So I'm gonna teach men how to better themselves, how to carry themselves, and how to, you know, live as a true alpha male. And then I got another channel that I got that's showing people the truth of our origins and everything. So you know, I got them 3 channels that's gonna be popping off. I'm gonna start going kind of hard on them now. You know, and I just want to say shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all come back here because boy, y'all got a lot of jewels today. A lot of jewels, especially if anybody that's out here trying to get some money. Them 1099s, LLCs, boy, that's how you do it. And salute, Buddy Brown, my brother. You on the show? Salute to Key, and you know that's it.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Great show. Everybody that was in the chat, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, hit the like button. And yeah,
Let me
appreciate
say this,
everybody that came through in the super
Keith.
chat. Much love. And even the haters, you know what I'm saying? But
Let me say
salute
this
to
Keith, before you
everybody.
sign off. Let me say this before you sign off. I think that was Upper Echelon. We was talking about Bill. I was trying to find out who that was. Was that you Upper Echelon when man Bill was going there talking goddamn money, bro? I'm trying to get my damn question off.
Yeah, I was trying to goddamn get
I
that
thought
Bill
that was
ass too.
I thought that was no, but I want to tell you something. Look, when we speak like that, bro, it's all love. That just means we speak the same language. You feel me? So
Oh yeah.
I
That nigga
thought
was
it was
trying to get away.
yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that
he was
was
trying to get away with
somebody
that
else. Yeah.
bullshit.
But I told
Yeah,
somebody that shit. I say, look, man, if you want to shut me up, you gotta know how to speak my language, man. You gotta cuss me the fuck out to shut me
Oh
up. It's all love, you
You
feel
know,
me? Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been following you since you had 5K, man. You know, me and you
Hell
done
yeah.
talked before. We done,
Hell
you
yeah,
know, I
bro.
used to be Sosa Smith, bro. Sosa Smith
Okay,
was my
okay.
name.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
you
Well,
know,
keep
Bill
grinding,
was
bro.
trying to get
Keep
away with
grinding.
that. He was trying to get away with that fluky shit, bro. Hell nah, nigga.
Hell
You
yeah,
keep
yeah,
changing the
yeah.
goalposts on my. You keep changing the goalposts on my boy Tank. Nah, don't keep doing that shit.
Yeah, brought his ass back and
Yeah,
look
but
where they end
man,
up fighting.
Aisha, peace to you too, Queen. And yeah, but like I said, man, everybody, I appreciate everybody. We will be back tomorrow. We got to talk about the fights that's coming up this weekend because we got some fire fights coming up this weekend also. So we'll be back tomorrow talking about those and this Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. But until then, you know, make sure that y'all check out Upper Echelon and make sure that y'all tonight check out Money Brown TV, the Big Stepper. And you know, y'all already know what it do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone. I appreciate y'all.